at Rusty Bethel Drive. I'm Paiswell Forbes. This is ZNS.
It's what's trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
It's Monday, June 23rd, and you're watching What's Trending. Welcome to another week of the latest trends and hottest news. I'm Anthea Ferguson, bringing you everything you need to know in the world of fashion, food, fitness, and of course, the viral sensations lighting up social media. This is the ultimate destination for all things lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. Well, topping today's show, Gospel Mania 2025 is just days away, and anticipation is building for what promises to be an electrifying and soul-stirring experience. We're giving you an exclusive sneak peek at this glorified, inspirational event as we sit down with one of the organizers. He'll share how the Bahamas' top gospel artists plan to fuse reggae, Afrobeat, pop, and the word, delivering a night of praise, power, and performances you won't soon forget. And then our friends over at CBL show us how to get the most out of your favorite whiskey. That's right, later in the show, they're telling us the many ways to enjoy Johnny Walker. If you've only been drinking it neat or on the rocks, stay tuned to learn how to whip up more elaborate cocktails. And rounding off today's show, the Bahama Beauty is back, and you know what that means? It's time for What's the Buzz. She's bringing you the latest in entertainment, sports, what everyone's talking about and watching. If it's trending, she's tracking it. So stay tuned, your trending week starts right now.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
At the Cat Island Rake and Scrape Festival for 2025, President of the festival, Sydney Isaacs, highlighted the importance of the event for the island as well as for the rest of the Bahamas.
The significance of the festival is Cat Islanders expressing through music their culture in a place where the art was born in this beautiful settlement of Cat Island, where we celebrate this event every year for the past 26 years. We need festivals like this to show the Bahamian population that we have a true musical expressive culture that's totally indigenous to the Bahamas and created here from generations out of necessity for the freed slaves, the slaves to just express themselves with some form of Afrocentric art that includes a touch of European and a blend of Cat Island ingenuity. Now, we always look forward to the various Bahamian islanders that come here every year. We have a good contingent from the Deputy Prime Minister's island of Exuma. We have a consistent crowd out of Elutra. We have artists that transcends the whole archipelago performing here. And this is the stage that creates artists. This stage is responsible for Ancient Man, Rhythm and Youth, Cupid, and many more. A whole lot more of this with a nice flair that will just make a creative show. And so, you know, it keeps the persons who are interested in this wanting more year after year.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Off the success of the 5th annual Bahamas Gospel Music Awards, award show producer extraordinaire Travis Edgecombe is back at it, planning Gospel Mania 2025. The concert promises to bring some of the biggest names in the local gospel industry to the stage for a glorified, inspirational experience. Welcome back to the show, Travis.
Thank you, Sky. I'm glad to be back.
So you were trying to pull off a glorified, inspirational experience. This is the theme of this year's event. So tell our viewers us about Gospel Mania 2025 and what they can expect?
So Gospel Mania was brought to me by Mr. Kendrick Rule, who is a big advocate for Bahamians with disabilities. So he reached out to me and a few other people that are part of the team to produce a gospel event called Gospel Mania 2025. So I decided to reach out to a few of the gospel artists that were part of the BGMAs and also a part of the people who were part of the industry. And I was able to reach out to them and I said, guys, I need your assistance to help out for this cause. So we're raising funds for people with disabilities for the gospel event, and Gospel Mania is right around the corner. It's this Saturday,
Yeah, so Saturday, June 28th.
Yes.
But talk to me a little bit about the lineup. Like you said, you reach right back out. You just had your gospel award show, and now you're right back in again with the same people putting together this show. So tell me a little bit about who can we expect to see on the stage. I know you have some heavy hitters like Kenyatta Taylor, the singing Bishop, Lawrence Roll is gonna be there, and so much more. So who else is on the lineup?
So what we did was we broke up the event into 3 segments. So at the beginning from 6 to 7, you're gonna get a little bit of hip hop, reggae.
Okay.
So that's Colin Christopher, Keem Gardner, Michelle Gardner, E-Man, I Am Stacks, Young Wisdom. Then in the middle of the segment from 7 to 8, you're going to have the Bishop singing Bishop, you have Dynamite Daisy, you have the Church of God National Praise and Worship Team, you have a few of the deaf people that are going to be there as well. So we have a good mixture, and then closing out the 8 to 9:30 hour is the headliner, Sherwin Gardner. You have Edison Sumner Voices of Praise, you have Shabak, Joy Nay Gibson, Antonio J. Thompson, you have David Chase, Oslin Jador, and so much more. So we want the people to come out.
Awesome. And let's talk about Sherwin Gardner for a minute, because I know he's headlining at this event, right? He did numbers last year. He's such a great artist, and I did some little research, and I found out that 2 of his songs went viral last year, have a combined 6.5 million views on YouTube alone, and millions more across social media. Why do you think he's able to capture audiences like he does?
I think his consistency. He was able to, he just did something good is about to happen in this year as something that was something that he wanted to do for the new year.
And it became a mantra.
And it became a mantra, and it became something viral. And he just boomed after that was launched. And we thought it was fitting that he would have been perfect headliner for our concert since he lives here. So we thought that it would have been perfect to have him as a headliner for the concert.
Yeah, and so you talk about, you know, this year's event having a deeper purpose, because now you're doing it for charity, and all proceeds, as you mentioned, will go to the Bahamas Coalition of Advocates for Disability Awareness and Services and the Disability Empowerment Group. So talk to me about this partnership, why it was important to take this on when it came at your doorstep.
Well, in the gospel industry, we will do anything where it is needed to help, whether it's any cause or anything of that sort. So when Mr. Roll approached me and he said, Travis, I need your assistance to help me out with that. So I said, sure, that's no problem. So I was able to get the gospel community, and we were able to partner with him. He told us the cause and some of the issues that they face and what is needed to assist them on a daily basis. So we are going to be there on Saturday, and we're going to see them, we're going to talk to them, we're going to be able to minister to them, give them some hope, some inspiration. So the gospel community is all in with helping those with special needs and also special disabilities.
And just so we know, and so our viewers will know, what are some of the needs that they're faced with right now?
I do know that some of them, they need jobs. A lot of them, they need financial assistance. A lot of them, they need certain areas in their homes that need a ramp or some kind of escalator that will assist them for those who can't walk or those who can't see. So those are some of the things that Mr. Rowe was able to explain to me, and I'm excited that he chose me to assist, because I love to do stuff like this. So it's really rewarding for us to give back to the community as well.
And so is it easy jumping from award show producer to now concert producer? We know you're big in the music industry. Like, how do you juggle all the hats and all the things?
The good thing about it is that once I'm told in advance, I'm able to plan out my schedule to assist wherever I can. Once it's in a good time space, I'm able to do it. I jump right into it.
So you sound like you're organized, super organized once time allows. All right, so give us the details about the event. Where can we get tickets, the price, the cost, all all that good stuff, the location. Tell us everything we need to know.
Okay, so the event is going to be at the William Thompson Auditorium on Jean Street, and tickets are available at Tire Flex Star Motors on Wolf Road, or you could go to the All Seasons Book and Gift Store in the RBC Plaza in Palmdale. And tickets are $20 for adults and $10 for children as well.
And how have sales been going? Have people been picking up? Like, do we need to put out a plea out there for them?
Please, we want everyone to come out to the event. It's going to be worth it. And guess what? It's all Bahamian. All original music will be sung by all of the artists at the event. So nothing is going to be copycat. Everything is going to be original and all Bahamian. So we're excited and we want everybody to bring the whole family. There'll be food, there'll be drinks, there'll be desserts, everything for all the kids, also with for the adults as well. So we want the whole family to come out. And we're going to make sure you're out in a timely manner to make it to church the next day.
Yes, definitely. That's
from
important.
6 p.m. to 9:30.
And like we mentioned earlier, you are award show producer. Now you're doing the concert. I know you sing a little bit. You're in a choir. Yeah. Why do you find it so important? Now, make it your life's mission to give so much to gospel artists and this industry in the Bahamas.
As a believer, you know, time is short. And I believe when you are placed on this earth, you're supposed to do what the Lord has placed you here to do. So it doesn't make sense me procrastinating and wasting time. Just work and do the work for Him. So this is what I do, and I do it with happiness and joy because I love what I do. So yeah, this is my mission. This is my purpose.
And we love our gospel artists. We love when we see their faces and their names on upcoming concerts. But who are some up-and-coming gospel artists we need to see? Anybody in the schools? Anybody in the university we should be looking at?
There's a young lady. Her name is Trinika. She just recently premiered for the very, very first time at the BGMAs. So I am looking out for her. There are a few young artist that I'm noticing, Shazia. She's another young one that just released a single. So I'm looking, and there's another young man, his name is Thomas Maxwell Jr. So these are some new artists that are emerging that I have seen, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do in the future, moving forward.
Well, it sounds like you're going to be pretty busy in the industry.
Yes, very busy.
For a long time.
Yes.
One more question for you, Travis. What's your #1 wish for this weekend? Because you're doing this, like you say, as your life's work, but it's also for a charitable purpose. So what's your one wish for this weekend?
I want people to understand that it's good to give back. It's good to support those that are less fortunate than we are, or they may not have the same freedom that we may have. There are people that aren't able to see. We have the ability to do so. There are people who have the ability to walk. There are others who don't have that ability. So this is something that you can be a part of that can give back to assist those who are less fortunate.
And it's good. It's wholesome fun for the family, right?
It is.
So give us those details one more time. Ticket, location, prices, all of it.
So Gospel Mania 2025 will be on the William Thompson Auditorium, Jean Street. Headlining is Sherwin Gardner and a few of the top gospel artists. And tickets are available for $20 adults, $10 for children. You could get your tickets at Tire Flex Star Motors on Wolf Road, or you could go to the All Seasons Bookstore and Gift Store and get it for the same price as well.
All right, awesome. Well, it's said to be a night where music meets mission and lives are changed forever. Thank you so much, Travis, and all the best.
Welcome, thank you.
Well, coming up after the break, we remix our night with CBL. We'll be right back.
Hey, ladies, where's the day? Oh, okay, thanks. Bets.
Greg, what's up?
Ready, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
You up?
He's meditating. You gotta give him at least an hour.
All right, well, I can wait. I ain't got nothing to do. Been penitized for now on True Independence.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsea. Tingsea is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsea. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting TingseaBahamas.com.
Diet-friendly special.
Last week, we showed you how to set up the perfect home bar, and this week, we're taking it up a notch. We linked up with our friends at CBL to show you how to diversify your whiskey palate like a true connoisseur. According to them, there's so much more you can do with Johnnie Walker than just sipping it neat or on the rocks. Take a look.
With Remix Your Night, Johnnie Walker is hoping that consumers leave here feeling the vibes with their cocktail. As I would have mentioned, we're hoping that consumers leave here with a recipe that they can take home and mix at their home or at a bar where they feel most comfortable. The strategic vision behind immersive pop-ups like today is getting consumers into the habit of recognizing the flavors that come along with Johnnie Walker. We have flavor profiles such as the sweet, the spicy, the smoky, and the fruity that you can play into your cocktails. And we want people to understand that it's not just a Johnnie Walker on ice that you can enjoy. You can enjoy different, a range of cocktails and really understand where your preference lies.
Well, that was Notori Austin, brand representative for the Diageo portfolio at Commonwealth Brewery. She spoke to us at the Remix Your Night pop-up at 700 Wines and Spirits JFK. The one-night event was designed to remind consumers of the bold diversity behind the Johnnie Walker label, giving them a chance to sip, mix, and experience the brand like never before.
So at our pop-up today, we are offering a very immersive experience to our consumers. It's not just getting a cocktail and taking it with you. It's starting off by getting a card, and you're able to fill that out. On the card, they ask you questions appealing to your flavor preferences, whether it's smoky, spicy, fruity, or sweet. You also get questions based on your vibe and the personality that you kind of carry out every day. And so with that card, they give it to our amazing mixologist, Marv, who is able to prepare something based on your personality, based on your flavor preferences, based on your vibe for the night, and he's able to create a masterpiece just for you.
Notori states the brand is tapping into lifestyle trends with their latest promo, making it easier than ever for consumers to remix their night with Johnnie Walker, anytime, anywhere.
So with our limited edition promotion, we are offering a Johnnie Walker gift pack. It includes a 1-liter bottle of Johnnie Walker Black and a stainless steel, very nice tumbler, I would say. This offering is available at all of our retail premium outlets. So you have your Harbor Bay, your Hurricane Hole, your JFK, your Caves. All of those locations are offering this limited edition gift pack for a special price of $65. And you're able to really remix your night with that stainless steel tumbler and carry your cocktail as you go.
And get this, it's all a part of CBL's ongoing commitment to connect with consumers in fresh and meaningful ways and to keep evolving how their brands show up in everyday life.
An event like this really highlights CBL's initiative to innovate within our premium retail space by offering consumers a different aspect when it comes to sampling. You're not just sampling a cocktail that our bartender prepared for you, but you're actually immersed into the experience of understanding how the cocktail is prepared, what flavors the cocktail provides, and how it appeals to you.
From bold new flavors to cocktails on the go, the Johnnie Walker experience is stepping into the spotlight in a whole new way, with Commonwealth Brewery leading the charge in how we mix, sip, and celebrate. Cheers to that.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Rider-owner Amy Fleming of Heartland Ranch, 44.
How do you think that makes Briar Ridge look? Like a third-rate trail riding center, that's what. I am not spending another dime on horses or fancy trainers if that's all you can come up with.
Are you riding in the fall finale?
Yeah, I am.
Great. Maybe I'll see you there. You too.
Better for you.
here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community, also help with the education of our kids in this community, and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahama Stripe and the Bahamian company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Come with us this June as ZNS Northern Service takes you on a journey to one of the most captivating islands in the Bahamas.
And even the crystal waters of Ocean Key were showing you the best. Plus, an exclusive look at luxury and excitement at Resorts World Bimini.
Join us on June 23rd through the 27th for news and daily shows live right here from Resorts World Bimini.
Bimini awaits.
Bahama Beauty is back with What's the Buzz? There's a lot heating up in sports. Cardi B just dropped a major announcement, and our social media guru has all the trending tea.
Game 7 of the NBA Finals was supposed to be a battle for the ages, but what unfolded was part triumph, part heartbreak. Tyrese Halliburton, the Indiana Pacers floor general and breakout star, came out on fire, hitting 3 of his first 4 shots and lighting up the court like a man on a mission. But just 5 minutes into the game, a familiar scene unfolded. While driving to the basket, Halliburton suddenly collapsed, clutching his leg, and it wasn't just a cramp. The building felt silent. Fans feared the worst, and sadly, they were right. Halliburton joins a hefty list of stars that had suffered what's believed to be a torn Achilles this season. The Pacers star was done for the game, for the finals, and possibly for the year. But the show had to go on, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, they definitely showed up. They were able to hold off the Pacers with a 103-91 win and making team history. For the first time ever, the confetti rained down in OKC blue, and the Oklahoma City Thunder can now say that they are NBA champions. Kevin Durant has finally completed the NBA rainbow, and no one would have guessed his new home. The 15-time All-Star and 4-time Olympic gold medalist is now rocking his red in Houston. What's even crazier? Durant was live on stage at Fanatics Fest in New York when the news dropped. Fans in the crowd erupted as Shams Charania confirmed KD will now be a part of Houston's next title chase. Last season, the Rockets made an epic playoff push, moving into the 2nd seed from 5th, and are looking to position themselves as a true title contender from jump next season. For the Rockets, they've just added one of the most lethal scorers in basketball history to a young, hungry core that includes Alperen Sengun, Amen Thompson, and Fred VanVleet. And if you're wondering why I didn't mention Jalen Green, yeah, he's out of there. Green and Dylan Brooks will join Devin Booker and Bradley Beal in a dynamic new backcourt, while Phoenix deepens its draft stash, acquiring the #1 pick in the 2025 NBA draft and 5 second-round picks. Next season is surely shaping up to be quite interesting. Brace yourselves, party gang. Cardi B just pulled the ultimate mic drop over the weekend. The Bronx Queen took to Instagram in a jaw-dropping black gown surrounded by ominous black crows, all set to a ticking soundtrack worthy of a suspense thriller.
7 years and the time has come. 7 years of love, life, and loss. 7 years I gave them grace, but now I give them hell.
It's been 7 years since her Grammy-winning album Invasion of Privacy, and fans have been starving for a follow-up. The timing of her fiery new single, Outside, which just shot to #1 on Apple Music this week. At 3 p.m., Cardi had fans locked into her Instagram for the reveal both fans and haters were waiting for. Her sophomore album, Am I the Drama, dropped September 19th and is currently available for pre-order.
Diet-friendly special.
Just what is it that you want to do? And we want to have a good time. We want to be free to do what we want to do.
Are you ready for the hardest sports show on the market? It's called The Timeout, Sundays on the ZNS television network. In our first show, 4 decades of sports in the country.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Join us on Social Mania, a new and dynamic game show based on the Ministry of Education's primary and junior high school social studies curriculum. Students from schools across the Bahamas go head-to-head as their knowledge of social studies is challenged. In this episode, Garvin Tynes Primary battles with Cleveland English Primary School. Which school will emerge as winner? To find out, join us as these 2 schools engage in intense competition. Don't miss it.
Tuesday's show, we get a tour of Leno's brand new state-of-the-art headquarters and hear what inspired the building's high-end design. Well, that's what's trending today. Be sure to catch up with us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS for all the latest buzz. We'll see you right back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. for more lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. I'm Anthea Ferguson. See you tomorrow.
Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. A teachers' union demands action after parent assaults a school administrator. Weekend fire rocks Grand Bahama while a popular local hangout threatened.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. We are coming to you live from Resorts World Bimini. Topping the news. A man has been arraigned on serious charges following a brutal attack on a primary school principal just days before school was set to close. Our Shalia Rule was in court today for proceedings and joins us live now from the Garnet Lavardi Justice Center. Shalia.
That's right, Jules, a story that captured national attention on the last week of school while some were collecting report cards. A principal who was hoping to be done with the semester was allegedly brutally attacked with a steel object by a family member of a student who attended the school. Well, today, that man stood before the magistrate, learning his fate. Kenneth Farrington, born November 25, 1997, appeared before Magistrate Charlton Smith on Monday after an alleged altercation at McLeanstown Primary School on June 20th. Police say Farrington attacked the principal during a dispute while collecting his nephew's report card. Farrington pleaded not guilty and elected for the matter to be heard in the magistrate's court. Prosecutors wasted no time outlining the prosecution's objections. She argued strongly against bail, citing both the seriousness of the charge and Farrington's ongoing criminal matters, stating that he is already on bail for rape, adding that a voluntary bill of indictment had been filed for the case, which is expected to go before the Supreme Court in November 2025. She further revealed Farrington's criminal record, including 2 previous convictions for indecent assault. But just when it seems the prosecution's argument would prevail, the courtroom took an unexpected turn. The mother of the alleged suspect stood up and made a heartfelt plea on Farrington's behalf. In a quiet, emotional voice, she urged Magistrate Smith to grant bail, not out of forgiveness, but because of Farrington's serious health issues. She revealed that Farrington suffers from a brain aneurysm and has undergone brain surgery in the past. He reportedly experiences frequent seizures and is currently awaiting financial support to travel to New Providence for further treatment. Now, Jolanda, get this. After a lengthy break, Magistrate Smith returned to the courtroom to deliver his ruling, and he sided with compassion. The suspect was granted bail in the sum of $6,000 with 1 or 2 suretors, and he is expected to wear an ankle monitor until he returns to court on August 12, 2025. Coming to you live from the courthouse, I'm Shalia Roll. Back to you.
The president of the Bahamas Educators, Counselors, and Allied Workers Union is weighing in after yet another incident of violence on a school campus, this time on Grand Bahama and directed toward a school official. She insists staff must feel safe in the workplace. Cleopatra Murphy has that report.
A brutal attack like the one against the McLeanstown Primary School principal should not happen again. Baku President Sandra Major says while the incident could not necessarily have been predicted, measures must be put in place to avoid future occurrences.
It's really disheartening. How do you now say to a teacher or a principal, I now want you to go to McLeanstown? How do you convince them now that it's going to be safe?
Her comments come after police say the female principal was attacked and struck in the head with an iron object on the school's campus Friday. The brutal attack that left the principal hospitalized in serious but stable condition all unfolded on report card day after police say the 27-year-old male identified as a student's parent became irritated during a parent-teacher conference pertaining to the child's report card.
I'm sure the government will have something in place in August to make sure that those persons going to school in September will be safe. My heart is really saddened for the principal to know that you were attacked in such a vicious fashion, just doing your job. It's not a good thing.
McLeanstown Primary does not have a school resource officer. Even so, Major says it is something that should not have happened and now puts school staff in a predicament.
Do I now say that no one comes into the school? So it's a balancing act. How do we make sure that the persons on the school and the persons coming into the school are all safe?
Major has spoken with just a few teachers about the matter, and she says there is some concern among them.
Everybody's still concerned about their safety. And what would I do if it happened to me? So what would my reaction be? Because for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Major, who recently returned to the island, intends to reach out to the school's principal, adding that teachers must feel that they and students are safe on school campuses. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
In light of this attack, the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training has issued a statement condemning this attack. The statement reads that on Friday, June 20th, 2025, an educator was assaulted on a public school campus. The victim was treated for injuries sustained and later released from the hospital. Further, the said ministry extends its thoughts and prayers to the victim, her family, and loved one, and wishes her a full and speedy recovery. Additionally, the statement reads that schools must be safe places for teaching and learning. Violence of any kind will not be tolerated. The ministry is working closely with law enforcement to ensure the incident is fully investigated and that appropriate legal consequences are pursued. In the interim, support services, including counseling, will be made available to the affected staff and students. The ministry said that we continue to implement and strengthen security measures across school campuses. Since the reintroduction of the School Resource Officer Program, in collaboration with the Royal Bahamas Police Force and other stakeholders, incidents have declined. This weekend, firefighters were busy battling several blazes in Grand Bahama. But tonight, one woman is speaking out after suffering a massive loss and is demanding answers. Shalia Rule has more in this report.
A devastating fire on Saturday reduced the newly constructed ballroom at Blair House Estates to rubble, leaving the co-owners heartbroken and demanding an investigation into the emergency response. The blaze, which began as a brush fire in the midshipman area, quickly spread across nearby land and engulfed the main ballroom, a key feature of the upscale event venue, which was reportedly valued at nearly $1 million. Co-owner and chief operating officer of the Blair House, Jennifer Williams, is calling the loss devastating and raising serious concerns about how the fire was handled.
$180,000 up in smokes, hard-earned money. People, listen, life savings. That's an investment that just went up in smokes for human error. It was just a bad call.
According to Williams, around 11 a.m., her brother responded to the call of the fire due to none of the owners being on island. The situation quickly spiraled out of control when the responding truck allegedly came to the scene without water. After assessing the situation, firefighters determined that the scene was not critical, but the fire truck will return every hour to assure the scene is secured.
The men came back. They told them that the fire had passed that building, that there was no need to be concerned.
The Blair House Estates had recently opened its doors with the now destroyed ballroom as its central showcase for weddings, galas, and private events. The loss of the structure marks a setback for the business, while Williams adding that the building was not insured, leaving co-owners who have invested their life savings and some even their pensions devastated about the loss.
No insurance because it was insured. But after we started to build the other building, we said, okay, we'll wait until this one is completed and then have the property appraised to insure it for the proper value.
Despite the loss, Williams says the broader venue remains operational and upcoming events will continue with adjustments.
The other building, we're going to be operational. I have an event on Sunday, and that will happen. So
the COO of Blair House says that they may start a GoFundMe page to help rebuild what they have lost. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Rule.
And still to come.
We take you inside Resorts World Bimini's lavish casino experience. That, sports, and more when we come back.
If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Keep the trend trending with Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration. Inverter units in Freon at unbeatable bonded and duty-paid prices while supplies last. Cash sale only at number 3 Milton Street. Call 602-5467. Walk, run, or cycle in the Ministry for Grand Bahama's Welcoming Home 5K Road Race and Health Fair on Saturday, July 5th, beginning at 6 a.m. at the Harold de Gregory Complex. Bring the family for a morning of fitness, fun, and culture. Get free health screenings after the race and purchase a healthy breakfast from participating vendors. Registration is free. Go to ministryforgb.com to register today. Don't miss Paint Fair and Sherwin-Williams Customer Appreciation Day this Wednesday. 25% off all Sherwin paint and all supplies all day, plus demos, giveaways, and free hot dogs starting at noon while supplies last. This Wednesday at Paint Fair's new location on Bellevue Lane behind Bellevue Business Depot.
The Bahamas Turks and Caicos Association and family and friends of Mr. Headley James Cornelius Forbes invite you to a service of reflection and celebration of a man with a heart for the people. Come, let us give God thanks for this gift. A man of humble beginnings who rose to become a successful businessman and philanthropist. This service will be held on June 29th at 4 p.m. at Jubilee Cathedral on Jubilee Boulevard. Let us remember to honor those who labor among us.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Resort World Bimini boasts of having one of the largest casinos in the Bahamas with over 10,000 square feet of gaming space. The amenity provides thousands of guests with an oceanfront gaming experience with a panoramic view of the ocean. Tonight, we take you inside the luxurious casino for a closer look.
My name is Ambonica Francis. I'm a table game supervisor / trainer here at the casino at Resorts World Bimini. I've been with the casino from 2014. I started off as a dealer, and then I get promoted to a supervisor, and now I train dealers. I started with only blackjack, and then I mastered that particular game to learn another game. And then I got excited of learning a new game, so I learned all of the games. I love training. So if anybody wants to come over, do some training, I'm here. I love it. It's just different, and I never saw myself being like a teacher or a trainer, but I just love teaching other people what I already know. We have about maybe 150 slots, and we have over 20 plus table games, which includes craps, roulette, blackjack, three-card poker, ultimate Texas, and baccarat. So we have a lot of games that we offer at the casino. Most of our players come for the crap table. They love the crap game. And blackjack as well. It's always an original, always a go-to game to play. So blackjack as well. Just being able to come to work and seeing persons that have been here before come back, it's something that I always love to see. And then they become family, you know, they become friends. So having persons coming back and bringing people when they come back, bringing their friends, bringing their family, it's always a good experience. Everything comes alive at night. The music, the dancing, the screaming, everybody's having a good time. The winning, of course. They come from far, and just for them to come from far, to come to our small little island of Bimini, you want to leave a mark so that they can come back. They can go other places and they choose to come back every time. So that's something that we want to do with all of our customers so that they have a wonderful experience every time they come.
And now it is time for your weekly Health is Wealth with Doctors Hospital.
Most of us should know by now that diabetes is a chronic condition that affects the way our bodies break down and use the sugar and starch or glucose we eat. Type 2 diabetes is a disease more commonly associated with adults, but it is on the rise in children and adolescents, fueled largely by the obesity epidemic. While most children will show no symptoms, others may experience increased thirst, hunger and urination, weight loss, fatigue, blurred vision, slow healing sores or frequent infections, or areas of darkened skin often found in the armpits or on the neck. If your child or teenager is at risk for type 2 diabetes, encourage him or her to eat healthy foods, get plenty of physical activity, and maintain a healthy weight. If diet and exercise are not enough for them, medications may be needed. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and remember, your greatest wealth is your health.
Live from Resort World Bimini. Don't go anywhere. Our Shane Stubbs has a full check on sports in our Freeport studio when we return.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Welcoming Home. Get ready, Grand Bahama. The Welcoming Home Grand Expo and Empowerment Seminar is coming July 4th, 2025. Join us at the Grand Lucayan Convention Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for a day of inspiration, information, and opportunity. Hear key updates from the government and connect with top investors, entrepreneurs, and business leaders. Whether you're returning home or looking to grow your vision, this is your moment. The future of Grand Bahama is now. Be a part of it. That's Friday, July 4th at the Grand Lucayan. Don't miss it.
Psst. Guess what? Budget Pest Control has something important to show you. Coptodermis formisalis, the super termite. What makes them super? Their ferocious appetite can attack your home from below and above. They even attack forestry. But don't worry. Budget Pest Control has extensively studied this species on Grand Bahama. You can even check out our scientific paper. So you can count on us to protect your investment. Call Budget Pest Control, the termite specialist.
In the heart of the Bahamas, there once lay an unassuming island, scarred, forgotten, left behind by industry. A place that had given so much, but had been abandoned in return. It took a family whose legacy is deeply intertwined with the sea to see its potential. They saw not just an island, but possibilities to replace abandonment and desolation with life and beauty. The transformation of Ocean Key was a collective effort, bringing together skilled workers, artisans, builders, and conservationists, combining passionate visionaries with Bahamian expertise, ensuring that Ocean Key was not just a paradise, but a source of opportunity.
From July 2nd through the 10th, Grand Bahama is the place to be. Don't miss the Welcoming Home Grand Cultural Festival in downtown Freeport, Saturday, July 5th, beginning at 7 p.m. Bahamian food, arts and crafts, kids corner, and live performances by Recon Bahamas, Sherrod Taylor, Nishi LS, Avi, and Dima. Go to ministryforgb.com for the full welcoming calendar of events.
What's happening, ladies and gents? I'm Shane Stubbs with your evening sports update. The Andre Rogers Junior National Baseball Tournament certainly lived up to the hype here at the Emera Baseball Park. There's Jay Philippe with all the highlights.
It was 4 days of fierce competition at this year's Junior Baseball Nationals. Winning the 8U division was Freedom Farm that took care of GB Little League 13-0 to win this year's title.
We had a rough start to begin, but the guys stuck with it and made the plays, and we came out and we hit really well.
Grand Bahama put up a fight in the 10U gold medal game behind Bruce Russell and Miguel Sweeting, but fell short to Freedom Farm 8-1 in that contest.
We executed from the first game straight up until this championship game. I think we would have only given up about 5 runs the entire tournament.
Grand Bahama's 14U team walked away with the win in the 14U title game, giving Grand Bahama its only gold medal at this year's Baseball Nationals.
I feel like we worked for it, practice, and we made for it.
Our defense played well, and our bats came alive late, but they came alive and helped us to the win. Showdown in the Islands at the end of July.
The final game of the day saw Grand Bahama's 12U team losing to Freedom Farm. Final score on that game was 21-8. I think this is the first game we actually allowed a run. So, kudos to them, and it was a good job by the whole team.
I feel like we played to the best of our ability and can't wait for next year's Nationals.
For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Jay Philippe.
And lastly in sports, the NBA draft is just days away, and Bimini native VJ Edgecombe is projected to be a top lottery pick, something Shavano Buddy Hield is quite familiar with. Now he says he'll be in Brooklyn, New York to attend the draft this Wednesday evening, and shares what this moment means for the future NBA star.
I think he's probably the best prospect the Bahamas have had since DeAndre Ayton, and he's a wonderful talent, but not even talent, he's a great kid, and I'm just happy for him, happy for his family. Just like myself, DeAndre, Kai, VJ's the next one, and after that, somebody else is going to be after him. So we hope more, just keep on inspiring. He can inspire more to follow in the footsteps, because I feel like he's the one that can make it to the top.
Make sure to catch the 2025 NBA Draft this Wednesday live on ABC and ESPN at 8 p.m. And that's your check on sports, ladies and gents. I'm Shane Stubbs. Your Facebook friend of the day is up next.
Welcoming home. Get ready, Grand Bahama. The Welcoming Home Grand Expo and Empowerment Seminar is coming July 4th, 2025. Join us at the Grand Lucayan Convention Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for a day of inspiration, information, and opportunity. Hear key updates from the government and connect with top investors, entrepreneurs, and business leaders. Whether you're returning home or looking to grow your vision, this is your moment. The future of Grand Bahama is now. Be a part of it. That's Friday, July 4th at the Grand Lucayan. Don't miss it.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Just 50 miles off the coast of Florida lies a destination unlike any other. Welcome to Resorts World Bimini in the Bahamas, where vibrant culture meets endless adventure. Relax on pristine beaches, savor Caribbean flavors, and sun-filled hotel stays. Whether it's a tranquil escape, night at the casino, or a weekend full of thrills, Bimini feels like a world away, but closer than you ever imagined. Your journey begins here, Resorts World Bimini.
Join us for City in Motion, your inside look at the people, progress, and possibilities shaping the city of Freeport. Each week, we bring you the stories behind the movement. Highlighting how the Grand Bahama Port Authority is leading with purpose.
Our desire is to connect Bahamians with the opportunities that's right in front of them.
This is City in Motion.
Grand Bahama, it's a time of celebration. The Bahama Brass Band presents With a Shout, We'll March, celebrating a combined 170 years of service, duty, and music ministry. 100 years Nassau and 70 years Grand Bahama. With special guests, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force Band, female contingent. Tickets are $20 in advance and $25 at the door. It's all happening at 7 p.m. Grand Lucayan Ballroom, Saturday, the 26th of July, 2025. With a shout, we'll march.
A new era is dawning in Grand Bahama. An opportunity, it's knocking louder than ever. Introducing Tract B, Bahama Reef Yacht and Country Club, Unit 1. A prime corner commercial property, footsteps from the Port Lucayo Marketplace, crystal clear waters, and white sandy beaches. This expansive 4.8-acre tract is zoned for commercial and multi-use development. Envision a thriving restaurant, a boutique hotel, or an entertainment hub unique to your vision come to life. You can live, work, play, and learn in paradise when you seize this rare opportunity today. Collaborate with DEFCO and let's shape the future of Grand Bahama Island together.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Clint Watson has been the trusted voice of journalism for over 2 decades. He is your first choice for hard-hitting discussions, your best choice for current affairs issues and investigative journalism. It's time to start the journey of relentless journalism. It's time to start the journey of facts over fiction. It's time for the Rundown with Clint Watson here on ZNS, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report, the leader of government business in the Senate outlining government's economic blueprint as debate on the 2025-2026 budget begins. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs issuing multiple travel advisories to Bahamians as tensions rise in the Middle East. And another life snuffed out by violent crime on the streets of the capital, and the victim's family speaking out. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast. The world continues to wait for any significant implications from the conflict between Israel, Iran, and the United States. Major airstrikes began this weekend, continuing today with Iran firing missiles at a U.S. base in Qatar. But what's of concern here in the Bahamas is a social media post that alleges the transportation of migrants from the Bahamas to the U.S. mainland. Altavis Munnings leads us off in studio live tonight with what the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is saying. Altavis.
Good evening to you, Desmond, and good evening, Bahamas. A social media post from United States Republican Congresswoman for Florida, Ana Paulina Luna, went viral today as she reportedly claims the U.S. Coast Guard is in her Florida district and intercepted a, quote, boatload of Iranians and Russians attempting to illegally enter the country from the Bahamas. Now, the post reportedly indicated that, quote, am I concerned about sleeper cells? Absolutely. This is not a conspiracy theory, it's a serious national security threat, end quote. Well, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs wasted no time in announcing that they've sought urgent clarification from the United States government about that social media post from the U.S. Congresswoman that Iranians and Russians were interdicted by the U.S. Coast Guard from the Bahamas trying to enter the U.S. lawfully. Now, the release from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirms no security agency of the Bahamas is aware of any such incident and concludes that foreign affairs officials are awaiting a reply from the U.S. authorities. Now, we just recently got an update from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell.
Quite frankly, I think the country at large was sort of mystified by this. The first thing we did was we did a round robin of our security people around the country, and no one seems to be aware of any such thing. So the next thing was reaching out to the U.S. government to ask for some clarification on the issue, and we expect that they'd give us an answer shortly. But the short answer is no one is aware of any such incident in this country. And if protocols had been followed, such a thing had happened, those persons, if they had originated in the Bahamas, would be returned here. And no such thing has happened, so it's a mystery.
Now, that request by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to the U.S. government comes as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued 3 travel advisories today. Bahamians are urged to avoid all travel to Iran and Israel and the occupied Palestine territories due to increased military activity and security risks. Sudden airspace closures, missile strikes, and threats of terrorism have made travel in the region highly dangerous. Those in affected areas should shelter in place, follow local authority instructions, and contact at at consularcrisis@bahamas.gov.bs if in need of urgent help. Now, Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell also confirming to us that 2 Bahamians were about to leave for the Middle East for Dubai today and learned that their airline had canceled. British Airways had canceled all their flights to Dubai, and they have been advised to stay put. He also added that there are 2 Bahamians in Doha, that's the capital of Qatar, and they're reportedly safe, and Foreign Affairs officials have advised them to also remain in place until further notice. Now, if you're among the many Bahamians preparing to travel to the U.S., Foreign Affairs officials remind you to exercise with caution. With President Donald Trump's recent comments and policy promises on immigration and national security sparking protests and increased police presence in several major U.S. cities, tensions have risen across the United States. The Foreign Affairs Advisory adds that those visiting Washington, D.C. and other major cities may experience delays as U.S. border security has tightened and thorough checks, including electronic device searches of mobile phones, laptops, and tablets, are in full effect. Additionally, President Trump's recent order of a strike on 3 of Iran's nuclear sites, which reportedly injured dozens, has global markets jittery and bracing for retaliation and further escalation. Now, this could also lead to fuel price surges and economic disruptions that may affect the Bahamas directly, including higher prices in gas and supply chain delays. Now, Desmond, this is an issue we will continue to monitor, and we will have more information as it becomes available. Back to you.
A very in-depth report there, Alto. Thanks much. Well, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, is leading a Bahamian delegation to Canada for the Tourism Global Mission. The week-long meetings will be held in Montreal and Toronto. Our Corville Pyfrom and cameraman Donnie Sweeting are traveling with the Deputy Prime Minister. Here's Corville Pyfrom.
Montreal is Canada's 2nd largest city. It's the 9th largest in North America. The Bahamas Ministry of Tourism sees a lot of opportunity here, and so officials are taking part in a sales mission in the hopes of showing this market that the Bahamas is open for business.
Bahamas has been a popular destination for Canadians. And this week we are here in Canada. Tonight we're here in Montreal. We go on to Toronto tomorrow. But there is familiarity. Many Bahamians have close connections with Canada. So this is exciting times for Canada. And we are happy to be here to reacquaint ourselves with the market and allow the market to stay close to us. And we're going to be meeting with our media partners or travel partners, and over the next day or 2, I think this is going to be an exciting opportunity really in this market to really showcase the islands of the Bahamas.
Even amid his excitement here in Canada, the Deputy Prime Minister is watching closely the situation in the Middle East as tensions escalate between Iran, Israel, and now the United States.
This is just the beginning, I believe, of a crisis, this phase of this crisis, and we don't know how it will continue to unfold. And therefore it creates uncertainty. When there is uncertainty, people tend to stay put. They stay at home, which is not good for tourism, not good for the economy.
And finally here, as for this sales mission to Canada, the first journey is here in Montreal before Ministry of officials and the delegation take off to Toronto. In Montreal, Canada, for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corville Pyfrom.
Senators meeting in the upper chamber today to begin debate on the 2025-2026 fiscal budget, which passed in the House of Assembly last week. The Economic Affairs Minister opened debate detailing a plan which he says will empower more Bahamians across the length and breadth of the country while promoting fiscal discipline. Fern Carey reports.
Economic Affairs Minister Senator the Honorable Michael Halkitis touting a 2025-2026 fiscal plan that includes government spending priorities and expanded initiatives aimed at empowering Bahamians island by island without introducing harsh austerity measures. Minister Halkitis also highlighted a projected budget surplus of $75 million, a first for the country since independence in 1973. He also explained why the extra funds is such a big deal for ordinary Bahamians.
Simply put, Madam President, it means that the government is projecting that in the upcoming year, 2025-2026, the government will collect sufficient revenue to adequately fund the programs that the government has to fund and still have $75 million left over. So we're collecting enough money to do what you have to do and have funds left over.
The government leader noted that the government will continue to maintain fiscal discipline, and he also indicated that the surplus funds will be used to reduce government debt.
You look at interest payments, the amount of money that the government, people of the Bahamas have to pay just on the interest on the debt. In 2017, that number was $273 million. In 2025, that number is expected to be $668 million. In 2026, goes down to 602, and by 2027, we anticipate $565 million on interest. And so you see the trend going downwards.
Senator Hakitas also provided more insight on the government's debt management strategy.
We had debt to GDP in the area of 90%, 88.7%. We've seen that reduced to 72% in 2024. Our medium rate target looks to get that back down to 50% by 2030, 2031.
The multi-year strategy is aimed at driving down the country's debt. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Family cries out after their loved one is gunned down. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight. The National Report, there's more after this.
If you listen closely, you can hear the heartbeat of a nation. That unique sound of a great country, pounding with colorful history, a rich culture, and unwavering ambition. When you look around, you recognize its pulse. The people who love to celebrate, who identify with triumph, a people who know how to be our brother's keeper. Commonwealth Bank, built by Bahamians, here for Bahamians, Bahamians helping Bahamians.
Crunchy, irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
As a professional graphic artist, I work from anywhere in the world. When I travel, I try to keep up with my paperwork and bills as much as possible, utilizing NIB's ESS, or Employee Self-Service Portal, to submit my monthly payment and to upload my contribution statement makes life easier. The portal is pretty easy to use too. I consider it to be user-friendly. It asks all the necessary questions to guide me through uploading my contribution statement, and I like that it calculates my payments. The NIB representative who showed me how to use the portal, she was patient, friendly, and knowledgeable. I used to fill out my contribution statement manually and visit an NIB office every month to make payments. But now the ESS portal allows for the entire process to be completed online in a time-efficient manner. Like, yay, thank you, that's done. You should sign up today at ess@nib-bahamas.com.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
Well, the ending of an ideal Bahamian day, a beautiful sunset out there on the water. That shot courtesy of drone pilot Neville Smith. A young father gunned down Sunday, becoming the country's latest shooting fatality, as police now target two men, one the shooter and the other the driver of a getaway scooter. The victim's family speaking exclusively with ZNS on the tragic killing of this 21-year-old, whose life, they say, was cut short.
The country's latest shooting incident taking place on Taylor Drive just after 8 p.m. on Sunday. Now, according to Chief Superintendent Sharia King, that the victim was gunned down after a gunman pulled up and opened fire.
ZNS News on Monday spoke exclusively with the family of the victim's girlfriend. They have identified him as 21-year-old Harold Burrows, affectionately called KJ. Yvette Farrington says KJ deserved better.
That boy run behind him on the side of the house and kill him. He run behind him, so he come for him.
His girlfriend and the mother of his son, Lanija Farrington, says just days ago, the two had an eerie conversation that turned out to be her worst nightmare.
We just was talking and he said he rather dead from natural causes than to let somebody shoot him down and kill him.
The family also saying it still feels like a dream.
I heard gunshots and I was frozen in my spot because I ain't used to things like that in my yard or even associated with my children. But as we came out, we didn't see KJ at first. But when we got on the side of the house, we see KJ and he was shot up. Everything he do is out of love. He's a happy person, always smiling, laughing, dancing, getting off.
And as law enforcement is still in the early stages of this investigation, the family sending this message to the shooter.
A 21-year-old young boy who just trying to live life, y'all just cut it short, but it ain't fair. But always remember there's a God out there, but God real, but justice will be served, but.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Lloyd Allen on the story tonight. Police investigating another shooting here in the capital. It happened around 2:30 this afternoon in the Big Pond area off Blue Hill Road. Two male victims were shot in the incident and were reportedly transported to hospital. Their conditions unknown at this time. An hour later, police were still on the scene conducting preliminary investigations. We await further details. Well, the man responsible for an attack on a principal was arraigned in Grand Bahama courtroom. Sheila Rowe reports.
On the last week of school, while some were collecting report cards, a principal who was hoping to be done with the semester was allegedly brutally attacked with a steel object by a family member of a student who attended the school. Well, today, that man stood before the magistrate, learning his fate. Kenneth Farrington, born November 25, 1997, appeared before Magistrate Charlton Smith on Monday after an alleged altercation at McLeanstown Primary School on June 20th. Police say Farrington attacked the principal during a dispute while collecting his nephew's report card. Farrington pleaded not guilty and elected for the matter to be heard in the magistrate's court. Prosecutors wasted no time outlining the prosecution's objections. She argued strongly against bail, citing both the seriousness of the charge and Farrington's ongoing criminal matters, stating that he is already on bail for rape, adding that a voluntary bill of indictment had been filed for the case, which is expected to go before the Supreme Court in November 2025. She further revealed Farrington's criminal record, including 2 previous convictions for indecent assault. But just when it seems the prosecution's argument would prevail, the courtroom took an unexpected turn. The mother of the alleged suspect stood up and made a heartfelt plea on Farrington's behalf. In a quiet, emotional voice, she urged Magistrate Smith to grant bail, not out of forgiveness, but because of Farrington's serious health issues. She revealed that Farrington suffers from a brain aneurysm and has undergone brain surgery in the past. He reportedly experiences frequent seizures and is currently awaiting financial support to travel to New Providence for further treatment. Now, Now, Jolanda, get this. After a lengthy break, Magistrate Smith returned to the courtroom to deliver his ruling, and he sided with compassion. The suspect was granted bail in the sum of $6,000 with 1 or 2 suretors, and he is expected to wear an ankle monitor until he returns to court on August 12, 2025. Coming to you live from the courthouse, I'm Shalia Roll. Back to you.
Well, there are Bahamians in need. Among whom some depend heavily, sometimes solely, on the National Insurance Board. With this in mind, the NIB Compliance Department embarked on its Compliance Performance and Recovery Initiative. Daniel Dean tells us more.
The National Insurance Board taking additional measures to shore up its revenues. This in addition to contribution rates increasing last July. Director Dr. Tammy Francis says for far too long, NIB has been paying out way more than it takes in.
It's no secret at the moment that we have a challenge with regards to our expenditure versus our revenue. And today, NIB is no longer going to be passive. We are going to be present.
In fact, NIB pays out $34 million per month. An actuarial report states that more contribution increases every 2 years are needed to sustain the fund. To this end, a prep rally was held Monday as 50 employees got their boots on the ground charge to visit business establishments to ascertain their standing with NIB. Today's area, Carmichael Road.
We're hoping to introduce or reintroduce ourselves to employers, allow them to see all of what we have to offer and know that it is possible to pay your NIB contributions, see your inspector, meet your inspector, know what we are all about, as well as I said earlier, we want to also make our presence felt. We want to ensure that at the end of this year, all of the contributions that we anticipate or we have projected to receive, we are receiving.
According to the director, the goal is $400 million this year. And so far for 2025, NIB has met or exceeded the goal each month. These contributions are necessary in sustaining Bahamian families, as proven during COVID-19.
NIB was indeed relevant to just about every single employee and employer within our nation.
At the end of this exercise, the National Insurance Board hopes to send a message to businesses across the island that they're here and ready to ensure that they're following protocol. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Danielle Dean.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Bahama Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Edgecombe now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass it along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Did you know you could send a local bank transfer to a $1 wallet? It's the same as sending a transfer to an account at another local bank. Simply use the wallet's 12-digit top-up address as the account number, savings as the account type, Central Bank of the Bahamas as the bank, and $1 as the branch with branch code or transit number 12,000. Don't use urgent or priority delivery. Transfers to $1 wallets are processed through the Bahamas Automated Clearinghouse Network within 1 business day.
Are you straight? Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it. Wait, you on a live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, welcome back to the Bahamas tonight. The National Report. This just in, a U.S. Coast Guard release issued by the Office of the Prime Minister moments ago pointed out that the U.S. Coast Guard District 7 takes the safety and security of all people in the maritime domain very seriously. The release went on to say, while there have been no interdictions of foreign nationals attempting to enter Florida from the Bahamas in the past 30 days, the Coast Guard remains vigilant and committed to protecting lives at sea and securing our borders. Through ongoing operations, the service will detect, deter, and interdict illegal aliens, drug smugglers, and other individuals intent on terrorism or hostile activity before they reach the country's borders. Well, switching gears tonight, the Progressive Liberal Party is hosting an East Link-Up here in New Providence. It's a rally bringing together residents of constituencies in eastern New Providence at the Charles Carter Park off Charles Saunders Highway. That's where we find our Felicity Darville, who's live. Felicity.
Well, Desmond, we are live at the Charles Carter Park for the culmination of a motorcade that was held this afternoon. And we have represented the constituency of Seabreeze, which is the home of the Charles Carter Park, with Team LB, Leslie Miller-Bryce. We also have the supporters of JoBeth Colby Davis for Elizabeth. We have Zane Lightbourne and the Yamacraw PLP supporters out here, as well as Better Days Ahead with Fred. The Fox Hill constituency and its representative is joining us live tonight, the Honorable Frederick Mitchell. Mr. Mitchell, how are you doing?
Yeah, good. I'm fine.
So what is the purpose of today's Eastern Link-Up for the Progressive Liberal Party?
Well, it's to hear the message of stability and forward movement, and we need a second term.
And as you've seen the budget, the 2025-2026 budget debate play out, how are you feeling, and how's your confidence level?
Well, I think the results are in. Country accepted that we have a good plan and that we've done well so far in governance. So, stable government. We're looking upward, onward together, and the country has a positive future.
Now, out of the link-up, you are the veteran, 33 years. How are you feeling? Are you going for another term?
Yeah, if I'm offered a nomination, of course.
All right, so thanks, Desmond. We'll let you know exactly what happens out here. We're waiting on the Prime Minister and his arrival for his address to the people of the Eastern District of the Progressive Liberal Party. Back to you in studio.
Well, I've got my two favorite people joining me, LaDon and Melina, for Access Now. What's happening, guys?
Desmond, imagine being married to the one you love for 70 years. That's the story for the Straughans there. I think they're celebrating 70 years.
I can't wait to hear the secret. I heard advice once. They were like, what's the secret to a long marriage? And they were like, don't get divorced. No, but I think they're going to have some sweeter advice for us because they seem very happy.
Well, certainly going to look out for that story. Get some good ideas and some good advice as well. Stay tuned.
Chicken lovers, listen up. Popeyes is serving it up for you. Get 5 pieces of juicy, hand-battered, bone-in chicken for just $10. That's right, 5 pieces of Louisiana-style flavor, fried to golden, crispy perfection for only $10. But don't wait. This deal won't last forever. Head to your nearest Popeyes today and grab your 5-piece for just $10. Popeyes, where the chicken's always worth the hype. Available for a limited time only.
Get ready to learn all about digital payments and embrace the future of finance. Ditch the old and say hello to new, faster, and safer ways to pay. Join us next week. Check in with your personal bank, credit union, or digital wallet provider to learn everything you need to know about going digital. To learn more, visit us online at livedigitalbahamas.com and on social media. The future of pay is digital. See you next week.
diet-friendly special?
I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
This ain't making no sense, man. How people making it out here, Dre?
If you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you gotta learn how to budget. First, write down all of your income. Then, list out all of your expenses. And don't forget to save. Stop throwing away money. Put something aside for savings. And get this, government savings bonds can safely grow your money. So start budgeting, save your coins, and invest smart. Financial independence, right? Wait, financial independence, right? Learn how to invest in government savings bonds on the Central Bank of the Bahamas website.
We end our broadcast. I want to send a big happy birthday greeting going out to my mother, Joanne Roll, a big fan of the Bahamas Tonight. Happy birthday. That does it for the National Report. Stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
What? You don't know who TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation?
You mean the Ministry of Tourism?
No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps to develop and grow Bahamian businesses in the tourism industry. You heard what they say, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
Develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do?
What does do?
Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com. Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
At the unveiling of the iconic signage for Cat Island, Prime Minister of the Bahamas, the Right Honorable Philip Brave Davis, and Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, spoke to the spirit of Cat Island, which is now on display for all to see.
Today, we gather not just to unveil a sign, but to reveal a symbol of pride, of purpose, of place. This signage installation, part of the Family Island Icon Project, started and led by the Deputy Prime Minister and his Ministry of Tourism, is far more than art. It's a mirror reflecting the character and charm of Cat Island to all who will visit. And a monument that reminds us as Bahamians of who we are. We have fused creativity with culture, design with destination. We have brought together the Ministry of Tourism, our brilliant Bahamian artists, and the people of this island to do something that speaks louder than words.
We're seeking to memorialize the experience and the visits of our guests, both local and international. And in each of these icon signs, we want them to depict the culture, the spirit of the people and of the destination. So His Excellency Jamal Roll has set out to create just that here for Cat Island. And I've known his work for quite some time. He represents the Bahamas well as a young creative. And I know that he has done you proud.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
70 years of marital bliss, that's the story of Duke and Dorothea Strawn. Amaya Moss has a story.
And get your fresh fruit, vegetables, lotions, and perhaps even some costume jewelry. The farmers market made its way to the Mall at Marathon.
Plus, Member of Parliament for Fort Charlotte held his last Father's Day event. Details straight ahead.
And coming up in sports, Mako Aquatics makes its 7th straight.
right access now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight. Access now.
It's definitely summertime, Marlena. It's really scorching hot outside, you think?
It really is, and I feel like we should definitely take it seriously because the Ministry of Health even put out an advisory this week saying that we're going to be experiencing some really high temperatures and that we should protect ourselves.
And to our viewers, we say remember to use sunblock if you are enjoying outdoor activities and stay hydrated, right, Marlena?
Oh, yeah, water is
Well, let's dive right into the news, shall we? In a world where fewer than 5% of marriages reach the 50-year mark, Duke Errol and Dorothea Strawn defy the odds, celebrating an extraordinary 7 decades together, a rare milestone that highlights enduring commitment and resilience. Amaya Moss has a sweet story.
As the nation continues to grapple with shifting social values and fractured families, Duke Errol and Dorothea Strawn's 70-year marriage stands in stark contrast. Rather, it's a living testament to resilience, faith, and commitment to each other, forged through compromise and sacrifice.
I just think he's a wonderful husband, and I wouldn't change him for the world. Whatever I go with on, whatever it is, that's what I stay with, and I appreciate that. And I love him, and I appreciate it.
In today's fast-paced world, the phrase "till death do us part" is often easier said than lived. According to data from the Psychological Association and the U.S. Census Bureau, roughly 40 to 50% of marriages end in divorce within 5 years, with second and third marriages fearing even worse, up to 73% calling it quits. The Strawns chose commitment in a culture where walking away has become the norm.
But we don't ever be mad with each other. Don't go to bed at night mad. Don't care what happened. By the time night come, make up and have a wonderful night together.
I had a wonderful 70 years. If I got to do it again, I'll do the same thing again. And I would like to get some more of those years. Give and take. Give and take. They give it, you take it. You take it, you give it.
While statistics paint a sobering picture of modern marriage, Duke Errol and Dorothea Strawn's 70-year bond offers a beacon of hope, a rare reminder that sometimes marriage vows are forever, till death do us part really does mean forever.
I think it's a breathtaking achievement to witness. For as long as I can remember, they are the core foundation of some of my most cherished memories, to be honest with you. I think they've taught me a lot about family tradition and the importance of commitment.
From vows to victories, storms to sunsets, Duke Errol and Dorothea Strawn's 70-year love story stands as a shining declaration to unbreakable devotion and timeless commitment. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Thanks, Amaya, and congratulations to those lovebirds giving us just a little extra hope. A wide variety of agricultural products and fresh produce were showcased at the Mullet Marathon this Saturday. The event, highlighting the first vibrant farmers market, brought together local farmers and small Bahamian businesses, providing consumers with a taste of homegrown goodness. Executive Chairman of the Agricultural Development Organization, Philip Smith, says that this is a series of initiatives meant to educate the public on the importance of growing food locally.
So we have brought in 13 vendors, and they're selling a variety of products. The traffic here is amazing, and so this, I think, is going to do very well for the farmers. The traffic is really good, and already this is the first one. We will know after the day how many times we would have it on a monthly basis. We are hoping to do it at least once a week going forward.
With the majority of farmers in the country over the age of 60, Smith stressed the need for more young people to join the profession to sustain the industry. Luckily, 14-year-old Diego Bain already has the industry at heart.
Well, I grew up doing farming. Like, my grandpa, he's a farmer, so I was doing farming from like 3 years old, the age of 3. It's good to grow your own food, like, you know, in the food store and all this stuff. Most of the food is processed and all this stuff, and it's good for the young people to get that exposure so they could have like survival skills and all that stuff.
In what may be one of his final public community events as a sitting member of Parliament, the MP for Fort Charlotte, the Honourable Alfred Sears, hosted a post-Father's Day gathering this weekend where he praised the strength and dedication of the fathers in his constituency and shared more on practicing law again. West Calix Forbes reports.
On Saturday, fathers in the Fort Charlotte community gathered at the neighborhood park for a post-Father's Day event. The initiative cemented a long-standing tradition in Fort Charlotte, in which older men, fathers, and tradesmen allow young men to learn a skill or trade firsthand.
In Fort Charlotte, the crafts person and skilled person, they take young people every day to the workplace and pass on skills. So there is a rich tradition in this community of reaching and covering not only their children, but the community children. And today, on 4 parks, simultaneously, we're saying to the fathers, we see you. We celebrate you.
As Fort Charlotte prepares for a political transition in the upcoming general election, Mr. Sayers' recent announcement that he will not be contesting in the upcoming general election marks the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter for both the constituency and the veteran politician. While Mr. Sayers did not offer specifics on who might replace him in Fort Charlotte, he did say this.
For 25 years, the residents of Fort Charlotte have welcomed me into their homes, and everything we have sponsored, they have supported. They've come with macaroni, with peas and rice, with their gifts, with their treasures, and with their time. And I want to say that I am so grateful that the community of Fort Charlotte have given me the privilege to be their voice, to speak their aspiration, and to be their servant.
Despite stepping away from elective office, the Fort Charlotte MP made it clear that he is not retiring from public life. A veteran lawyer, he thanks the residents of Fort Charlotte for what he describes as the greatest honor of his life.
Like more an elder statesperson available when called upon to guide, to share experience. And then, of course, I love practicing law. And I look forward to going back to my firm. And I will always, for the rest of my life, be committed to public service and to the philosophy.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix Forbes.
Good story there, Wes. Well, still to come, Scoliosis warriors Andrea Conliffe and Aaliyah Antonio are here tonight to bring awareness to their cause. They're up on the other side of the break, so keep it locked.
Sailboat added to the regatta fleet thanks to veteran boat builder Lloyd Sands and the assistance of his mentees, members of the Uriah McPhee Primary School Sailing Club. The UMP Barracuda was officially handed over to the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training.
Sigh of relief, right, to know that I've completed the boat because the kids were waiting for a while. We wanted them to sail it before school closed. A few of them didn't get that opportunity, so a little disappointed on that, but still I'm pleased with the product, and some of those students will still be here. And hopefully, those ones that are leaving, we might just build another boat over that school to catch them over there. So hopefully, that'll happen.
The project, which took several months to complete, is expected to benefit students tremendously, especially now as sailing has recently been declared the country's national sport.
The government of the Bahamas and my ministry, and the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs, is investing in our youths. So there's a future in sailing in the Bahamas. And we know that we are going to take sailing to the world, and hopefully we can see a repeat of Sir David Knowles and winning a gold medal at the Olympic Games.
Uriah McPhee is one of the schools that are in our programs here in Nassau. We have about 7 schools that have sailing as part of their program, and we welcome them. We have about 7 others on the Family Island, and we're just so proud of what Uriah McPhee is doing, and we're so happy for our private-public partners relationship that is causing this thing to grow.
Until next time, that'll do it for Ed Talk.
Thinking of ways to save is easy at Super Value and Quality supermarkets. See Best Chunk Tuna, 5 ounces, 2 for $1.89. Country Barn Mayonnaise, 30 ounces, $3.49. Whole watermelons, $5.99 each. Danish spare ribs, $2.59 per pound. Whole chickens, $1.89 per pound. Join the Super Value Quality Points program at any Super Value or Quality supermarkets.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
It's time now for your access weather forecast and our live weather radar showing a few open water showers to the south of Andros, also on the west side of Andros as well. But we're looking at this area to the east of the southeast Bahamas, that broad area showers. Well, that's associated with a tropical wave which is heading our way, and that will enhance shower activity beginning tomorrow. And for us here in the capital, we'll see an uptick in showers and thunderstorms on Wednesday of this week. And in the tropics, we are monitoring an area of low pressure some 650 miles to the east-northeast of Bermuda. It has about a 40% chance of development, and if it does, it will be a short-lived tropical depression or tropical storm over the next 7 days. Any boating forecast tonight? Well, that's brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. Now, for all areas of the Bahamas, we can anticipate an easterly flow at 12 to 18 knots. Wave height is quite moderate at 3 to 6 feet over the ocean, so small craft caution is in effect throughout the 700 hours. Tide-wise, it's going to be low at 1:31 in the morning, with a high tide at 7:15 tomorrow morning. And as we head into Wednesday, middle of the week, those winds are going to become easterly at 10 to 15 knots, so there will be a reduction in the winds in the northwestern islands, wave height subsiding 2 to 4 feet, so we'll drop the caution flags. High tide on Wednesday, 8:11 in the morning, with a low tide at 2:16 in the afternoon. And for the central and southeastern islands on Wednesday, you can anticipate a southeast flow at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave height 2 to 4 feet. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Ashore.
A pretty lady down the street one day, here's what she had to say. Life's been unkind in so many ways. I'll be evicted with 5 children, yes, hardly.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for full weather update. Malina.
Thanks, Basil. Well, scoliosis, or curvature of the spine, can affect people of any age, but it can also improve with treatment. Here to talk about scoliosis are 2 warriors, Andrea Conliffe and Aaliyah Antonio. Welcome to Access Now, ladies.
Thank you so much for having us, Marlena.
Now, before we get into your personal stories, can you explain a little bit to us what Scoliosis Awareness Day is all about?
Okay, so Scoliosis Awareness Day is a day dedicated to promote awareness of scoliosis, which is a disorder of the spine where individuals have a irregular curvature in their spine. It could be shaped in an S or a C. So for all of scoliosis to be diagnosed, it has to have an angle of above 10 degrees.
Amazing.
Yeah, so Scoliosis International Day is on June 26th. That's a Thursday. We also want to encourage everyone to wear green and use the hashtag Scoliosis Bahamas if posting. And we just want to bring awareness to this cause.
So now that we know what day everyone's going to be recognizing it, Andrea, can you tell us a little bit about your story with scoliosis?
Of course. So I was diagnosed with scoliosis at the age of 11. I went to my annual doctor's appointment with my pediatrician, and when I walked across the room, she noticed that I was really bent to the right side of my body. So she recommended me to get an x-ray, and the x-ray confirmed that I had scoliosis. So for about 6 years or 5 years, I traveled away to Miami, Florida, to Nicholas Children's Hospital to try and get x-rays and try and monitor it for years. I even went to swimming to try and help it. But fortunately, COVID came and 2020 wasn't able to go. So when I went back in 2021 in August, they told me that my spine increased a total of 14 degrees.
Wow.
And I had to get this surgery. So I had a spinal fusion in August of 2021. And since then, my spine is very much straighter. I wasn't able to correct it 100%. I will still be living with scoliosis for the rest of my life, but that's okay, and I'm here to try and help and promote awareness and help support people who have scoliosis.
And it's still a major improvement for you.
Yes, definitely.
Amazing. So, Aaliyah, tell us a little bit about your scoliosis journey.
So, as Andre said, I was also diagnosed with scoliosis at the age of 11. My dance teacher at the time and my aunt, who's also a doctor, found out about it, and they were like, that's kind of weird. Maybe you should go and see a doctor about this curvature in your spine. And once I went to see a doctor, they confirmed that I did have scoliosis. However, my curvature in the spine was so severe that they had to I had to get spinal fusion just like Andrea. So I traveled to Nicholas Children's Hospital in Miami, Florida to get it repaired.
All right, and now if you had one piece of advice you could give someone if they've been recently diagnosed, what would it be? And is there a support group for scoliosis in the Bahamas?
So I would tell them to monitor it frequently, because my problem was that I skipped a year, so it increased. And to go inside swimming, also cycling can help as well. And yeah, basically, definitely monitoring frequently is the best advice.
I agree with Andrea. Just keeping active. Swimming is the best option as well. And just making sure that you check on it every day, just like Andre said.
As for the support group, is there one in the country?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. So we have our own personal organization, a nonprofit called Scoliosis Bahamas, where our mission is to detect early detection
of the scoliosis.
Yes, as well as just bring awareness to it, because a lot of people don't know about scoliosis. And also to fundraise, we want to give back to the community, like to people who can't afford and just need the support, just to be a community. We have our Instagram called Scoliosis Bahamas, as well as our Facebook, where if you would like to give donations, if anybody would like to, you could contact us at our email address, scoliosisbahamas242@gmail.com.
Amazing. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and I want to wish you the best of luck for Scoliosis Awareness Day. And please come back and chat with us again. As for you guys at home, you know what time it is. It's time for us to check in with ZNS Total Sports to see what's on tap.
Amigo Aquatics makes it 7 in a row. Details of that story and more coming up in sports.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before things get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
Welcome to your Monday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports after 4 days of competition. The Bahamas Aquatics Federation's 53rd National Swimming Championships, concluding on a high note for the Mako Aquatics Club at the Betty Kelly Kennig Aquatic Center on Sunday night. Mako dominated the 4-day meet from start to finish, clinching its 7th straight national title with a score of 3,109 points. Alpha Aquatics took second place with 1,381. Barracuda Swim Club left nationals with a third place finish, accumulating 1,330 points. After the competition, Mako would finish with a total of 278 medals as well. Head coach Trevano McPhee.
It was good, man. We're up to 7 nationals. We worked hard all year. You know, it's good to see the kids come out and perform. You know, besides the point standing, you know, just amazing swims. You know, a lot of records. You know, gold medals. So just, you know, happy to see the kids. You know, hard work really, pay off tonight.
McPhee adding that their recent dominance is no accident and that their swimmers put in the work necessary to come out on top.
Over the course of 4 days, so it really takes a lot. You know, recovery plays a huge role in that. And you know, the swimmers who you see really perform well on the 3rd and 4th day, do a great job. You know, taking care of their body and mentally being prepared for the 3rd and 4th day. Everyone is tired when it comes to the 3rd and 4th day, so it really takes a lot more than just physical. You know, a lot mental on the 3rd, 4th day, and just treating your body right, recovering. Staying focused. Taking one race at a time, one day at a time, and I think Mako Swimmers did an amazing job with that.
That's all the time we have for you for sports on this Monday. Until tomorrow, I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out.
We at Candid Security offer a varied range of security services, including guard service. We do armored service, we do pre-employment investigation, background checks, also vet people for employment. A live business hosted PBX is extremely important to our operation. I don't have to be in my office. I can easily get connected with our clients, my vendors, my NASA office, and with our employees in the field, anytime, anywhere.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues strives to be a trendsetter, an innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in your car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. Your car up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
This year, King Door National Parkinson Foundation is taking you back to the old school. With entertainment by TMF, the band formerly known as Maze.
Y'all better come on now.
Also appearing will be local artist Plotty and the Naked Eye.
And the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Pop Band.
Save the date, Saturday, June 28th, 2025. Atlantis Paradise Island.
To purchase your tickets, call telephone 428-2588 or visit Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store, Mackey Street.
Paradise Island has lots of attractions and mysteries. You're looking at the lighthouse on the tip of Paradise Island, formerly known as Hog Island. That lighthouse was built in 1817 to guide ships into Nassau Harbor. It's an old building with some rich history. That shot is by Big Nev Smith, but it's time for us to take a flight down to Cat Island. Let's go.
Some 30 students recognized for their academic achievements during the Youth Empowerment Programs Awards ceremony in New Bight, Cat Island recently. YEP student president Corey Turner walked away with the top male award, and Asia Dorset took home the top female award. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis and other local businessmen were honored for their significant contributions to the growth and development of the island. YEP Cat Island has also earned the title of national champions after winning all categories at a talent competition in Nassau during a retreat. Congratulations to YEP Cat Island. Marlena?
Some great news down there in Cat Island, but it's time for us to turn things over now to our social media powerhouse, Matea Cunningham, and Let's Talk Socials.
Hi, it's Matea, and welcome back to Let's Talk Socials, where we break down what's buzzing online, especially right here in the Bahamas. Now, this next story, wild. You ever seen someone wrangle a shark like it's just another day at the beach? Well, Salt Life Mania has entered the chat. The Bahamian thrill seeker known for his bold ocean adventures is making waves online after posting a jaw-dropping video of him tugging a shark by what appears to be a rope. That clip, it's already racked up over 709,000 views and more than 14.5K likes. And let's be honest, probably a few gasps too. Mani's earned his title as the Bahamas' very own shark wrangler. The internet is split. Some people are cheering and some are questioning, but no one can look away. Who knows? With content like this, we might be seeing a whole Shark Week, Bahamian edition. That's it for this episode of Let's Talk Socials. I'm Matea, and I'll catch you next time, where the stories never stop and the scrolls never sleep.
Wow, he was very brave.
I don't know if that's doing much to help the show. I'd be curious. Maybe there's a health reason. I don't know.
Well, that does it for Access Now for tonight. Make sure to join us tomorrow night for Taboo Tuesday.
You know, we love Taboo Tuesday, but for tonight, stay tuned for the Rundown with Clint Watson, who's joining us live from Bimini with a number of guests from the island.
Good night, everybody.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
The Rundown is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited. The sun is setting here in a piece of paradise in Bimini, and as that happens, tourists are filing into what they'll do most of the times at night here at Resorts World. They'll spend some time in the casino. That's your live shot there tonight. Good evening to all of you, and welcome to this special edition of The Rundown, coming to you live from Resorts World here in Bimini. And what an experience it's been all day. If you watched our earlier show at 4 o'clock with Shishina Roll, Farquharson Roll, and of course, Jolanda Thompson-Everest, they gave you a glimpse of really what's happening here in Bimini. And of course, our Northern Service, Bahamas Tonight, came to you live here. And then we're back here tonight for one night only here in Bimini. I had to get a piece of this pie. I heard it was so good, I wanted to make sure I experienced it as well. We have a great show lined up for you tonight, talking to officials, talking to some of the people who are involved in community work, and of course, the real estate business, all of that great show plan. And of course, Resorts World executives are here as well. It's a power-packed show for you. But of course, before we get into all of that, let's talk about the big stories that are making headlines nationwide throughout the day. And of course, you know what it is? What better way to call it? I call it Parents Gone Wild. Can you imagine? We wonder why our children are so challenged with discipline in this country. And when you recognize how some of the parents are acting, it leaves you to wonder, where is the discipline in the home if parents no longer can control themselves? You heard the stories happening last week in Nassau. Take a look at this video at a graduation in Nassau. Two parents fighting each other, not the students. Two parents going at it. And of course, their graduates, their children who graduated jumped in as well. And it just went totally crazy. Two parents. Could you imagine on graduation day? Of course, you know the end of that story. Though both of those parents were arrested and no doubt will be charged in the court. What's going on with our parents? And if that wasn't enough, we saw what was going on in Grand Bahama, right? A parent coming on campus, attacking administrator, a principal who had to go to hospital for the injuries. That parent was charged in court today in Grand Bahama. Shalia Roll has that story. Let's take a look.
Kenneth Farrington, born November 25, 1997, appeared before Magistrate Charlton Smith on Monday after an alleged altercation at McLeanstown Primary School on June 20th. Police say Farrington attacked the principal during a dispute while collecting his nephew's report card. Farrington pleaded not guilty and elected for the matter to be heard in the magistrate's court. Prosecutors wasted no time outlining the prosecution's objections. She argued strongly against bail, citing both the seriousness of the charge and Farrington's ongoing criminal matters, stating that he is already on bail for rape, adding that a voluntary bill of indictment had been filed for the case, which is expected to go before the Supreme Court in November 2025. She further revealed Farrington's criminal record, including 2 previous convictions for indecent assault. But just when it seems the prosecution's argument would prevail, the courtroom took an unexpected turn. The mother of the alleged suspect stood up and made a heartfelt plea on Farrington's behalf. In a quiet, emotional voice, she urged Magistrate Smith to grant bail, not out of forgiveness, but because of Farrington's serious health issues. She revealed that Farrington suffers from a brain aneurysm and has undergone brain surgery in the past. He reportedly experiences frequent seizures and is currently awaiting financial support to travel to New Providence for further treatment.
All right, that's Ashley Rowe reporting. I'll tell you, that parent was charged, and of course, you know, the ones in Nassau were arrested. But we have to question, if this is the kind of behavior that we're seeing from parents, then we have to wonder why it is that our children are turning to a life of crime. They're turning to a life of destruction when they grow up. They don't have respect. They don't have the basic skills that you think parents should teach their kids at home. Now we're wondering why. When parents no longer have control of their own actions and emotions and aren't afraid to I call wild out in the front of their kids, it tells you that our country is in a serious problem. We have a serious issue in this country, and it stems back to the home. And we like to turn everybody to blame. We blame the church. We blame the school. We blame government. We blame every entity, every organization that's trying to fix your child. But we don't blame you for your lack of parenting at home and lack of discipline at home and lack of what we just saw here, not being the example that our kids ought to have from their parents. And I hope that changes. You know what really disturbs me? On Sunday, I was driving, and I was on the two-lane road, I guess four-lane highway, two-lane road coming from the airport area, and a car drives past me. And when I looked to the left, I couldn't believe what I saw, so I sped up to the car, and I put my window down. I said, "Excuse me, sir, are you serious?" I said, "Could you please..." Here's what he had. He had a baby no more than maybe 9 months to a year, sitting in his lap, holding onto the steering wheel while he's driving down the highway, and sitting in the passenger seat is a female. A female sitting in the passenger seat. He's in the driver's seat with his little baby in his hand, who's holding on to the driving steering wheel as him. And I said to myself, "Sir, please put that child out of your hands." And it dawned on me, what parent would be so reckless and driving on a highway with a child holding onto the steering wheel in their lap while they drive? And as we see what's happening with these schools and parents, and then seeing the reckless behavior of parents, it makes you wonder, are people going mad in this country when it comes to raising children? We have to do a better job of it, and I was hoping our police would see him so that the parent could be charged. Because if something happens on that road, that child's life can be snuffed out just by the position that he's sitting in. Parents must learn to become more responsible in this country, and when we see other parents acting out of character, we must call them out. We must talk to them, because we are only we're raising a generation that's going to be very difficult to bring law and order to if they don't grow up with it. We must do better, parents. We have to do better. And the last thing I want to talk about, of course, we've all been seeing this story going around today from a congresswoman, U.S. congresswoman, claiming that persons were interdicted at sea trying to come into the United States. They were saying they were Iranians, another nationality, Russians, and they say they were coming from the Bahamas. That's absolutely garbage. And a statement came out by the U.S. Coast Guard saying they've not interdicted anybody coming from the Bahamas. Our Foreign Affairs Ministry sent out a statement likewise. When we did fact check, that's coming from a site that's known for its propaganda. Thanks to Alan Johnson for sharing the information. We know that that site is known for its cynicism, I would like to call it, and it's just not true. It's a site that's not correct, and information is not right. So don't worry. The Bahamas is not having Iranians and Russians trying to sneak into the U.S. That's just crazy. Our borders continue to be safe, and we continue to be monitored jointly with our law enforcement agencies and, of course, the U.S. Coast Guard in partnership. All right? So let's go to a break. When we come back tonight, we're going to be talking to the island administrator and local government representatives. We are in sweet Bimini. And tonight, let's talk about how the economy is doing while we're here at the Anchor Project. You're watching The Rundown here, coming to you live from Resorts World. We're back after this. Stay close.
Bahama Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Edgecombe now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
Mailboat service is a critical service to the islands of the Bahamas. Certainly, Andrews has always been there and dear to us. That's where we're born and raised. And so we play a crucial role in advancing the growth and development of Andrews. Customers want service and they want consistency. From the start, that's been our commitment. We work to sail on time every time. Our customers have come now to expect this from us. And one of the biggest challenges we've had was finding adequate funding. SPDC from the very start has been a lifesaver. My advice to young people, if you have a vision, a passion, an idea, go for it. Don't give up. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Be consistent and you'll get there.
Welcome back to the Rundown, coming to you live from Resorts World in Bimini. That was a live shot of just some of the activity happening here in the lobby. That's the sushi bar, and it's closed tonight. Of all nights I'm here, my one night I hear the sushi bar closed. But nonetheless, I'm sure Shishi Noodles are going to make sure they let me know just how it goes. They're going to be at the sushi bar sometime this week, I'm sure of it. It's great to have all of you with us. Those of you who are joining us on whatever platform you're watching on, whether in the Caribbean, whether in Turks and Caicos Islands, around the world, or here at home on your various platforms, thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Rundown. I see you in the Lion's Den, and of course, those of you watching us on YouTube. Let's get right into our discussion tonight. I'm joined by two distinguished women who are going to help understand where Bimini is, what's going on with the island, what's coming up for the island. We're so happy to see that the islands of the Bahamas are doing well. They're bouncing back, many of them, and some of them are thriving and having record figures that they've never had before. And to talk more about the success here in Bimini is, of course, the administrator, island administrator, Eva K. Arthur, and, of course, the Chief Counsel for Local Government, Ms. Fiscal. Ladies, welcome to the Rundown in this wonderful home setting of Resorts World. Great to have both of you here.
Thank you. To be here.
I want to jump right into the conversation because Bimini has always held its own. For, I guess the best way to talk about it is it's always thrived. Even in difficult times, it did well. And now I understand that things are even looking greater with so much development, not only here on the mainland, but in surrounding keys like Ocean Key and other keys. It's doing well. Talk to us, first of all, about the success of Bimini. How is the island doing? Let's start with you, Administrator.
Well, as you can see, like you said, Bimini is booming.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way.
That's a good way to put it. It's booming.
Yes. And it's mostly due to our visitors, our cruise ship visitors. You know, we have a cruise ship almost every day. So the economy is doing well.
Cruise ship almost every day?
Yes, just about.
That's profound. Mm-hmm. Is it the same ship or obviously
different
not the same ship, but different ships?
Different ships.
But
different
obviously
ships.
This is a popular destination.
It is. It certainly is.
And so at any given time, on an average day, how many tourists are coming to shore?
Oh, some cruise ships bring in like about 5, some bring up to 5,000.
5,000?
Yeah.
On this little island? Because I see, listen, I drove from the ferry dock here, and you know, when a car comes, you got to pull to the side or pull over.
Oh, yes.
But you got 5,000 people coming.
Yes.
What are they doing
we have
when they
traffic
come?
stops in Bimini
Traffic
now.
stops,
yes.
I can imagine. What are they doing when they come to shore?
Well, they're visiting the locals, local restaurants, local businesses.
Wow,
they're
that's
patronizing them. And then, of course, it's the Resorts World. And then they come, they rent their golf carts and they just tour the island.
Now, let me tell you why I think this is so great. Because one of the challenges has always been the cruise industry, especially in the capital, is many of them come off the ships and they go straight to tours, and they never get to see the island. They never get to experience the culture. But here, it's hard not to experience it because it's all right there in when you step off and you come out of here, you're in the community.
Yeah.
And they hear people going to restaurants. And so at the end of the day, oh Lord, the phone ringing, people ain't know on the air. Okay, put it on silent, it's good. All right, so to be able to visit local restaurants and local tourist sites and so forth, that means people are getting a piece of the pie. Everybody can get something.
Yeah.
Has that been a success for people here in the island? Is tourists are now being able to experience more of the island?
Yes, definitely, definitely.
What is that like? I mean, you can tell me what you get to see it every day. What is that like when a ship is in?
A lot of people, a lot of golf carts. Like I said, traffic stops.
Wow.
Believe it or not, we have traffic stops in Bimini.
Are people investing in the economy? Are they spending, or are they just walking around?
No, they're spending money. They're spending money. They are.
We see every day development all over the country. What's happening here in the island of Bimini? What has transpired so far? And what do you have on top as far as development and infrastructure?
Well, of course, you know, we have our airport.
Yes.
Our newly state-of-the-art airport that is being constructed on South Bimini. And so if you think the cruise ship, just wait until the airport is finished.
Wow. You'll be able to handle those larger planes, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
That's more traffic coming to the island.
Yes, sir. So more boost for our economy again. So I don't know, Bimini will probably be bursting at the seams by the time that airport is finished.
Let's talk about local government and what's been happening. First, let's talk about some of the things that local government has been busy trying to see happen for the island of Bimini.
Well, first of all, happy to have you here, Clinton.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Yes. Well, local government is embarking firstly on a major cleanup campaign. We want to see that the island is clean and make sure that our tourists enjoy when they come, and it leave a lasting impression on them when they visit this island.
I want to talk about housing. I know in my next segment I'm going to talk about the real estate market and what's going on there. Let's talk about housing. Is there a need for... I was driving through and I was like, I'm looking for property. I see none. There seems to be almost nothing here on North Bimini. And then a lot of the homes do seem like they've been there for a while. They could use repair and upgrade.
Yes.
Is that a part of the discussion to see how you can upgrade the housing here on the island? Because I'm thinking, if you go, and I'm not just compare islands to each other, but if you go to Harbor Island, there are those quaint little islands, those houses, and it's picturesque, right?
It is.
And then, but you come to Bimini, and a lot of the homes seem old and they needed repairs. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, basically in Bimini, I'm a native of Bimini.
How long have you been here?
All my life.
This is all my life.
All my life.
All my life.
And so in Bimini, we have a lot of elderly. And so most of the houses belong to elderly persons. And so, it's very costly for repair.
Right.
And so local government have had discussions on how best we could help our neighbors and our families out with repairing the homes, because it is in bad and serious condition.
And of course, is there a need for housing? Because I don't see no more space.
Oh, of course. We in desperate need of housing.
But like you say, there's
like you
limited
say,
space.
on this side, North Bimini, there is no room. No, there's no room.
So I'm thinking maybe 10, 15 years from now, what's going to happen? What's the plan? Because is there property on South?
Yes.
Right.
There's more land on the south.
But of course, all of the business and development and work and everything is on the north.
Yeah.
So, I'm thinking, is there a bridge in future site? How do we get people? Obviously, the idea would be to migrate people to the south.
Right.
So, any talks?
Yes, well, we are behind the government to find property where we can develop housing on the island for natives especially, because we have a lot of young people that are thriving now and they're looking to own houses of them for themselves. And so we are beckoning the government to provide land or to search out to see how best they can help Bimini people with this land to build houses and to own their own.
Well, I hope government listening. Bimini needs some housing.
Yes,
Especially if they're going to develop. They need some housing. I don't think top of anybody going to come here over the next year and talk about campaigning. You got to be able to have a solution for housing over here. As you can see, this footage that we're showing. This is Bimini, and this is Bimini on an empty day. It certainly wasn't like what I saw today. That's when I could see the road. But most days you can't see the road because traffic is in the road. And so, of course, there is a need for housing. Any other main priorities that you're hoping to see and get done over the next few months?
Well, over the next few months, we have started parks for the children. We're repairing our parks to try and make the parks safe and to make it children-friendly for the children.
Because our kids need some place for people to play and play, especially when you're in the congested area. That park space is important. I'm glad to hear that project going on. Anything else, Administrator, that you want to talk about the island of Bimini and what is going on? I know we know the airport is coming on stream soon. Resorts World is going through a rebranding exercise. What else is there? I know tourism is doing well. What are the other sectors that you see giving a boost to the economy here locally? I am a fisher. People still coming here for them fishing expeditions.
Yes, you know, people still do come here to fish. And then, of course, we have the fishing tournament that is held every August. Very popular. Yes.
Very popular.
So that's still on stream for August.
Do we still have that proximity advantage where people just yacht and boat straight from the U.S. here?
All the time.
It's a quick getaway on the weekend.
All the time.
That's interesting. Hey, you can't do, if you had the property, playing people in the half-second home, say, by now, wouldn't they? They're going to be able to find stuff. So that's a perfect storm of a problem to have a solution for. You think it could be done?
Sure.
Yes, we need a house too. Forget the second homeowners. The first homeowners need a house.
Yes.
We definitely, that's what the issue is, and I think we're gonna push that because I believe that's important.
It makes it kind of difficult because when we have teachers that want to come here, they want to bring in teachers, they want to bring in people, but we don't have the housing for them, and so that it's limited. It's very limited.
We need houses. Government, you listening? They need houses. They need a bridge. Because, you know, the minute you put a bridge and people could drive back and forth, everybody will go and buy their property and move. So let's see if we can get something done in that pipeline. Ladies, thank you. Our time is gone already for that segment. Thank you so much for being a part. And I look forward to finding out more about Bimini while we're here. Great destination. It's been fun all day. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And stay with us. When we come back, we're going to talk about, we just talked about housing. Well, let's see how the real estate market is going. I have some real estate agents here to talk about the market and what's happening here in Bimini. We're coming to you live from Resorts World in Bimini. We're back. The rundown right after this. Stay close.
Just 50 miles off the coast of Florida lies a destination unlike any other. Welcome to Resorts World Bimini in the Bahamas, where vibrant culture means endless adventure. Relax on pristine beaches, savor Caribbean flavors, and sun-filled hotel stays. Whether it's a tranquil escape, night at the casino, or a weekend full of thrills, Bimini feels like a world away, but closer than you ever imagined. Your journey begins here, Resorts World Bimini.
In the heart of the Bahamas, there once lay an unassuming island, scarred, forgotten, left behind by industry. A place that had given so much, but had been abandoned in return. It took a family whose legacy is deeply intertwined with the sea to see its potential. They saw not just an island, but possibilities. To replace abandonment and desolation with life and beauty. The transformation of Ocean Key was a collective effort, bringing together skilled workers, artisans, builders, and conservationists, combining passionate visionaries with Bahamian expertise, ensuring that Ocean Key was not just a paradise, but a source of opportunity.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has 2 arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'll expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
Welcome back to the Rundown live from Resorts World. You're looking at a shot outside of Resorts World at the marina, the place where you come when you have your own boat and you want to dock in style and vacation in style. Sweet Bimini, no other place like it. It's a beautiful day today here in Bimini, and we're glad to have you joining with us for the rundown here in the lobby of Resorts World Bimini. Quite an active lobby tonight. Of course, I'm looking over to the side and I see people enjoying themselves at dinner and restaurants. Some are enjoying a nice cocktail to drink at the bar, and then of course the casino over to my left. People are obviously having some fun. I can say safely that all of ZNS staff is accounted for. They are here and not over by the bar. So they're working attentively tonight. The Northern Service, thank you, Northern Service team, for providing great coverage tonight. In this segment, we're going to talk about real estate here on the island. You heard the first issue, which is a need for housing. So then, is there really a real estate market if there's not much property or land here on this side? We're going to find out by talking to some experts in real estate agents. I want to introduce them to you now, Mr. Greg Miller and Janisha Poitier. Both of you, welcome to the Rundown. Great to have you here tonight.
Thank you, Glenn. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, so let's jump right into it. You know, my first question going to be, what y'all selling? If people don't have much land on, I guess, on this side, I guess you're selling elsewhere, Keys, in the South. What you selling?
The funny thing is, despite what everybody's saying, right? Bimini is a booming market. It's a great market for second homeowners. I myself just bought a lot here, right? And of course, if you want to buy a vacation home, it's a great investment. So the resort is doing a great job at creating a venue, creating a a location, a destination, and the 2 developers here are actually doing a great job at producing different types of housing, different types of products.
And you said you just bought some property yourself.
I bought some.
Is that in the north or the south?
That's on the north.
That's over in the north.
That's
no, we're in the north.
We are in the north.
So you found property here?
I found property. I found the gem.
Very rare.
Really? Very? She said it. She said very rare.
Yeah.
So because it's very rare, does that mean it's very expensive?
It can be. It can be.
He's like, I don't want to give that away yet, but I understand. It can be. So let's talk about the market. Is the market buzzing right now in Bimini?
Yes, sir. This is actually our high time. Summertime.
This is high time.
Yes.
Summertime is the crazy time for us with international buyers. All right. Local buyers are year-round. Right? Okay. Everybody comes from different islands. We had somebody came in from Nassau just the other day and bought a condo here. We have a couple who just bought from Freeport who just bought a condo here as well. So locals are buying here, and I have locals inquiring all the time, and foreigners are buying here as well. Bimini is definitely booming. It just depends on what exactly you're looking for. If you're looking for it as an investment, then it can be a great investment. You can rent it when you're not here. If you're looking for a second home, then it may take a little bit more searching for Janisha, right? Yes. Janisha will definitely have to show her expertise.
Yes.
Definitely. Let's talk about that. When you're in the market looking for that particular kind of thing, if you're considering investing in real estate, what advice do you give the person to the market?
Definitely do your research. Location is very important. If it's an investment, what is your return? Of course, you'll need a property manager. That's also available in Bimini. I would say it is close proximity to Florida. So great marketing. We do have a lot of boaters that come here. And this is, like he says, this is our season. It is booming now. We have clientele that comes from all over the country looking to invest. So I would definitely say do your research. There is a lot of income in Bimini. Very stable, very sustainable if you would like to buy.
Now I see a lot of young, pretty much.
Yes.
Y'all look young. So that means this must be a good, stable industry.
Yes.
Where you have young people who are professionals and are able to do well in it. And you would think for islands so small it may be oversaturated with real estate. Is that not the case?
So agents-wise, we have agents-wise we have 5 agents here
on the entire island.
On the entire
5 agents.
5 agents.
That's sweet.
That's it's a beautiful market. I would say that I relocated here from Nassau just because of that.
Because of that, of course, the opportunity.
It's beautiful.
Let me ask you. She mentioned it earlier, and she talked about the boating, this being a big hub for boating.
Yeah.
How has that influenced the real estate market?
So, as you know, Bimini is only like less than 50 miles away from the U.S. And for years, Bimini has been known for its boating, and not just since the resort came here. Years ago, from the angler and, you know, Hemingway's time.
Yes.
Right? Bimini has always been known as
Yes.
a boating and the fishing capital.
Yes.
It's just a stone throw away from the U.S. So most of the people in the U.S., if they have a boat, right, you want to get out, you want to get from the hustle and bustle, you want to go somewhere a little more slow, a little more calm, but at the same time you're able to enjoy all of this, right? Then you come into Bimini. So it's definitely been affecting, you know, people coming in, they want to buy, they want to stay, they want to staycation a little bit, and they want to invest.
Now we know there's been a recent change in cruising fees. How is this affecting the interest or investment from boaters and even second home buyers?
So for us, in fact, today I got 2 calls.
Yes.
We have a large marina market here. We have over 300 slips here.
Over 300 slips?
Over 300 slips here.
Okay.
Throughout the island, that is.
Right.
Yes.
And today alone, I got 2 calls with people who are concerned about the direction of boating in Bimini. One case in particular, we spoke about a boat of about 34 feet went up from $150 to about $1,000. That's 700% of my math. My math is correct.
That's crazy.
That's absolutely insane. And I think it is it's worth a conversation, right? I'm not gonna point fingers and say, hey, you need to do something right now, but it's worth more of a conversation because at the end of the day, most of the Bahamas and the real estate market is based on boaters. People come from Florida, they go into Abaco. They come from Florida, they go into Harbor Island. They come from Florida or wherever, you know, they go into Nassau. So definitely boaters have been driving the real estate market and investment market in the Bahamas for years.
Are there any areas particular in Bimini that are attractive to the boating market?
It's the entire Bimini.
Yes. I love the entire island.
It's the entire Bimini, yeah. Tell us about it.
It's great fishing, it's great beaches. So you would find a lot of the boaters that would come, they want to go to Honeymoon Harbor, or definitely they want to do the charters around the island. So definitely, I wouldn't say a particular area, but the whole island at large is very attractive.
How would you differentiate between a long-term investment property and a short-term rental opportunity?
So we cater a lot to, of course, tourists or persons that come from different countries to visit Bimini. I would say the short term is definitely very lucrative. Long term, I myself have property in Bimini.
I like it. It's not these young people buying their property.
Yes, we have to buy.
Buying your property first.
Yes.
Before you sell it every day.
You got to own a piece of the rock.
Yes, so I find it definitely more lucrative. I can manage it myself. For persons that are actually not on island, there are property managers that are available. That is something you would definitely need to consider if you want to do the long-term investment. Versus long-term rental, you know, there's a cap. So, you know, you can manage it, I guess, if you'd like, if you want to do the long-term rental, but I would definitely say, you know, it's very lucrative to do the short-term rental.
I think I don't answer the question. What makes Bimini so attractive on the international or regional real estate market? I know it's all about LOCATION, location.
Of course, of course. Definitely the people as well. We're very hospitable. We love, I mean, anyone of any culture, any race, even Bahamians. I always encourage Bahamians to buy, invest home. Yes. You know, we don't have enough of us that are investing. So I always, whether young, whether old, I always encourage them to invest. So not only location, sun, sand, and sea, and definitely the fishing capital of the Bahamas.
There you go. So you know, I ask y'all, what is a, how do you describe a regular piece of property? What does it go for in that? Like, what do you call a regular piece of property? 20 by 100? Is that?
100 by 75.
100 by 75?
Yes.
And what does that kind of go for?
Depending on where you're buying.
So what's the range?
So if you're looking at South Bimini is a lot more affordable.
Yes.
In fact, young professionals coming in, you want to buy something and own a house lot-wise.
Right.
Then you want to go South Bimini. And, something of that size you can get for about $50,000 to start. Yes. Now on North Bimini, it's going to be a little, more pricey.
I want to hear North Bimini price.
I would say something of that price will probably be a little north of 100.
Of 100, yeah. And that's still cheaper than what it goes for in the province, so it's worth the investment. I'm sure you probably get a better view than what some of those properties in the province are charging you.
In Bimini, you're just, no matter where you are, you're basically on the beach or on the water.
Right. And that's what's so wonderful about it. Yeah. And again, I can't stress the fact that young people are buying their properties. Absolutely. And that's why you have to buy your property. Don't sit back there and say, oh, the foreigners buying up everything.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing about it? Yes, you may only be able to find South Bimini that's available, but could you imagine what South Bimini is going to be worth in a couple of years?
Absolutely.
South Bimini is definitely the future.
On the rise.
So get it now while you can afford it, and then you'll be happy that you actually own it, like these young investors here who, they can bargain with their property. Listen, thank you for talking to us. And of course, the real estate company name is, people want to know?
Caldwell Banker.
The G2.
There you go. I talked to Guido Roll for making this all happen for me tonight. Yeah. Thank you both for coming in. All the best to you in real estate. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stay with us when we come back on the Rundown live from Bimini. We're going to talk about a sensation that's about to happen for this island. You hear me? Some big things are going. I don't want to say go on because I didn't hear me. Some big things going happen.
Going on.
For Bimini, we're going to talk about that right after the break. And then, of course, we have Resorts World coming up to talk about this fabulous resort. You're watching the Rundown live from Bimini. We're back after this. Stay close.
After 30 years of banking, I've decided to take a leap of faith. I moved from banking into an untapped industry, which is manufacturing in the Bahamas. And now we are standing on 3 acres of land on which we're going to be putting the Bahamas' first end-to-end plastic recycling company, Eden Recycling and Manufacturing Company Limited. Eden has 2 arms, recycling and manufacturing.
This is groundbreaking for us. It's never been done before. It really makes a difference, not only in the Bahamas, but even around the world. This is not just a project that we're doing so that we can make a couple of dollars. We want to make sure that it benefits those who come after us. In future generations, we hope that this is a small vision, that they will take it and they'll expand on it. We can have the formula for what it means to do end-to-end recycling in the Bahamas, in the region, and even if we have to export these ideas and thoughts and concepts even into the U.S.
Bahama Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Edgecombe now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is to do some work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as the state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass that along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that can take them further in life.
A live shot at the outside of the Resorts World Casino here in beautiful Bimini. This is North Bimini, and the rundown is coming to you live tonight from the Resorts World Hotel here in Bimini. What a beautiful night it is on the outside, and inside is just warm festivities and just a great place to be and vacation and to just get away. If you're in the Bahamas, you're Bahamian, take some time off, come to Bimini, enjoy Resorts World. You won't regret it. Welcome back to the rundown. In this segment, we're talking about our Bahamian young people continue to do amazing things on the world scale. I mean, we talk about the track athletes, the basketball athletes, all of the sporting athletes who are doing so well. And Bimini is about to go in that book of history with basketball, of course. You may have been hearing about the story of VJ Edgecombe, a basketball sensation from Bimini, who is going to be in the NBA draft this week, and they're looking for great things to happen, and Bimini will now be on the map. Y'all thought it was just only West Grand Bahama, West End, but Buddy Hill, and of course, what's the young lady's name? Jonquel Jones. But no, Bimini's about to get in that book too, with VJ Edgecombe. And I'm joined with two of the assistant coaches who've worked with him to get him to this place. But before we do that, let's talk to the man himself, the coach, the man who he calls coach. We had a chance to speak with him earlier this morning before he boarded a flight to head out to that NBA draft. We had a chance to speak with Mr. Man himself, Gilbert Roll Jr. Take a look at that interview.
My name is Gilbert Roll Jr. I'm pastor and principal of Gateway Christian Academy. I've known VJ since he was a child at Bimini Primary, when he was about maybe 6 or 7 years old. Always loved the game of basketball, and I've been trying to get him to our school. And I saw him play it on the park one time, and VJ came to Gateway Christian Academy in grade 7. He just had turned 11 that July, and he was the youngest player on my senior basketball team. He have a crazy work ethic, a strong passion, desire for the game of basketball, and his humility, his drive, his passion for the game, and he always played above his grade level. And so throughout the years, I'm so proud of him because I watched that young man grow from a quiet yet determined in basketball to a mature man. I'm just so grateful for having the opportunity to share with him those years up until the COVID. The year of COVID was a unique year where basketball is shut down, but VJ was determined. He went over to the U.S. and then he did his thing. I'm more grateful for his family, his mother in particular, Bendra, how she supported him throughout the whole journey. You know, it takes a village, but in raising a child, you know, especially in school, he was always honor student. He did good in his grades. One of the things that we always talk about is being a student athlete. You're a student first, and then you're an athlete. And VJ always hit the mark with his grades, and it also reflected in the classroom as well. This means so much for the community of Bimini, not just for Gateway Christian Academy, but it means a lot to parents, to teachers, to leaders. You just never know who's in your midst. VJ is a testament, you know. After COVID, he sprung up. You just never know. Now we're about to have an NBA player right from this small island of Bimini, sat right in our classrooms, played right on the community courts. And it's a message to everyone that you prepare, you do the right things, you put God first, you practice, you prepare, and then you never know when opportunity comes knocking at your door. I believe that this is the beginning of something great, not just for Bimini, but for the Bahamas. All of the children aspiring to dream bigger than just their community or just their island. VJ Edgecombe is a testament that if you do things the right way and you keep at your craft, no matter what difficulties, COVID couldn't stop him. This was destined for him. He had that determination. In particular, I remember our first basketball trip, actually it was our second basketball trip to Abaco. And when we lost the game, he cried as if he lost everything. And from then, I knew that he was determined to be a great aspiring basketball player. With our school, we focus a lot on faith.
keeping God first, to help him keep grounded. And I believe even to this day, you would see him point his finger up, pointing the glory to God. Our slogan was, in Jesus' name we play. And my message to him is always, no matter what you do, and I'm sure his mom always tell him as well, to keep God first and watch God open up doors for him. Yes, I'm headed out to the draft, and I want to see the thing in full fruition. This is the climax. This is what it was all about. And I'm excited about it. And I believe that VJ is going to continue to excel. I mean, he is a holistic young man. He's very focused, does things the right way. And I'm lost for words of his journey, because he did not allow COVID to discourage him, and he continued pushing. And so wherever he goes, I'm sure he's going to continue to excel, because that is in him. There's 400 people, just over 400 people in the NBA. VJ is going to be named amongst one of the best in the world. Of all the persons in the world, a little boy right here from Bimini is going to be in that number, and we're grateful for it.
What an amazing story there, and I must say hats off to my producer, Quentin Gordon, for putting that package together. Excellent package there. In Jesus' name, we play. I love that. I love that slogan. The assistant coaches are here, joining me here live on the set of The Rundown. I want to welcome you, Mr. Ali J. Culmer and Mr. Buick Roll. Thank you for being on The Rundown.
Thanks for having me.
I'm saying in advance, congratulations. Congratulations. It truly takes a village, to raise our children, our young people. And as we heard Coach Gilbert Roll Jr. talk about, he couldn't do it on his own. It was a team of coaches that made it happen, and that was you. Talk to us about your experience. Let's talk with you, Buick Roll, because I know you had a longer period working with him. What was it like working with VJ?
One of the things, it was easy working with VJ because he was a student of the game. And once you become a student of the game, it's easy to teach you how to play.
Wow. See, I like that, because people don't want to become students. Students requires learning. It requires becoming your best self in the process. A lot of kids just want to play and believe they have it all and they want to take instructions on developing the techniques. So when you become a student, that's how you harness your gift to see what you have today.
Excellent. Yes, sir.
What was it like training him? I know how young men can be sometimes. It can be a process. What was it like for him?
I mean, it was easy treated. He made it easy because he wanted to learn. And once you put yourself in a place that you want to learn, it will be easy treating you.
We heard Coach Gilbert Roll talk about when he would go away, he went to Abaco and he lost the game and he cried. He was passionate about basketball.
I just was telling Coach Ali just now, he literally cried. Literally cried. We had to embrace him.
Wow.
We had to embrace him because he never wanted to lose.
Wow. When did you know that this young man we see on this court, dominating the court as you see in this footage, when did you know that there was something special and extra about him?
Well, one of the things I always know about VJ, we always told him to put God first. Mm-hmm. And once you put God first, everything else will come. And he just made it easy. He just made it easy, and you could have seen it on the inside. And he had the drive, he had the tenacity, he had that fastness on the inside of him. That listen there, no matter what, we can make this thing work. And like Coach Gilbert say, in Jesus' name we play.
That's how you do it. Ali J. Culmer, you spent a lot of years with him here, working with him as well. What was that experience like for you?
Well, it was super easy because, like Buick said, he's the guy that studies everything, and from day one, he knew what he wanted to be, and he knew to this day that he was going to be in this position right here.
He knew that?
He knew that. He knew that. He was determined, and he knew he was going to make it. That's why my hat goes off to him, because a kid that puts all his eggs in one basket and then still really achieves his goals, that's unheard of.
So he was determined from when he was here, this is what he was going to do?
Yeah, I used to coach him like, 8 years old, and from 8 years old, he always was dominant. He was like 2 steps and 3 steps ahead of the other guys. Wow. So the coaches always used to ask me from the other teams, I need to see his paperwork. But he always was the youngest on the team. He always was the youngest. They want to make right. They say this guy is too good. He can't be that age, right?
Wow.
Yeah, man, he was...
Did he ever, even because you know young people when they move away and they go to college and all of these things, or they go to start playing basketball on a different circuit, they forget home base. Oh. Did he ever lose touch?
Oh no, not this guy. Not this guy. He stays in contact. You like he's on superstar level right now. But if you see him around here, you wouldn't understand that because he's with all his guys walking around, dragging slippers, going to the beach. You know what I mean? And
just fitting right in.
Yeah, just fitting right in. There's nothing changed to him. So this is what he was built for. This right here. He knows this is his stage right here.
How has this impacted young people on the island, particularly other young men who are in basketball and playing? How has this news impacted others?
Well, they want to do the same thing now. So he's really impacted the youth because he played ahead of his time, even though because he played with the juniors and he played with the seniors.
Wow.
So he know all the kids in Bimini.
Wow.
All the kids look up to him in Bimini. And now because of VJ, they want to do the same thing. Not just in Bimini, the whole Bahamas is inspired by VJ.
Yeah. That's amazing. And I know this week everybody's going to be glued to the TV, right?
Oh,
waiting on that big drop. I understand it's a big event happening here on Wednesday, I think it is.
Yes, it is.
Tell me a little bit about that. What's happening on Wednesday?
I think they're having a party at the ranch. Yeah, a draft party.
They're going to be all glued to the TV watching.
Yeah. And then everyone has their VJ T-shirt, so they're supposed to put them together. Everyone's supposed to come out to support.
That's going to be a party.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be a celebration. Well, congratulations to you. You are part of the foundation. You ought to be very proud and celebrating. Thank you for coming on the show tonight and talking with us. All the best. Congratulations to you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right. When we come back live from Resort World, we're going to talk to the people who make this place run. The general manager of Resorts World. He's a Bahamian general manager. We're going to talk to him about this magnificent place. We're back after this. Stay close.
Just 50 miles off the coast of Florida lies a destination unlike any other. Welcome to Resorts World Bimini in the Bahamas, where vibrant culture means endless adventure. Relax on pristine beaches, savor Caribbean flavors, and sun-filled hotel stays. Whether it's a tranquil escape, night at the casino, or a weekend full of thrills, Bimini feels like a world away, but closer than you ever imagined. Your journey begins here, Resorts World Bimini.
Mailboat service is a critical service to the islands of the Bahamas. Certainly, Andrews has always been there and dear to us. That's where we're born and raised. And so we play a crucial role in advancing the growth and development of Andrews. Customers want service and they want consistency. From the start, that's been our commitment. We work to sail on time every time. Our customers have come now to expect this from us. And one of the biggest challenges we've had was finding adequate funding. SPDC from the very start has been a lifesaver. My advice to young people, if you have a vision, a passion, an idea, go for it. Don't give up. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Be consistent and you'll get there.
World, they're still working hard. You see a shot there in the marina as the employees are on the boats, making sure things are secured before they get off for the night. After a long, busy day of making people Dreams come true in paradise on the seas. Welcome back to the Rundown. Resorts World Bimini here in Bimini. What an experience it's been all day. Now the Northern Service team, they're here all week bringing you the news and the 4 o'clock show, which you must watch every day at 4 o'clock. It's absolutely fabulous with Shashina Farquharson Roll and, of course, Jolanda Thompson-Everest. They're giving you the sights and the sounds of Bimini, and then of course the Northern Edition with Jolanda Thompson-Everest comes your way at 6:30. And so I had to sneak in and just get this one show. I'm heading out in the morning back to the capital, but this has been a day that I enjoyed thoroughly. I don't want to leave. Mr. General Manager of this resort, Greg Stubbs, you got me, don't want to go home in the morning.
Well, if you have the time, we have the space.
I don't have the time. That's the thing about it.
We have the space, we have the accommodation, so feel free to, if you can't extend, you could move some things around your busy schedule.
Listen, it's been excellent. I must say hats off to you and your team for a top-notch resort. You're here, but you don't feel like you're in Bimini. You feel like you're in any resort around the world. That's how beautiful the place is. When I walked into my room today, it's just fantastic. You've done a great job with that.
Thank you so very much.
Are you the first Bahamian general manager?
I am indeed the first.
The first Bahamian general manager of this great resort, Greg Stubbs. Let's talk about the rebranding. You used to be Hilton. You're no longer Hilton anymore. Talk about this process of rebranding the hotel.
We had an opportunity to speak to that early on in another show. So part of that was when we first got started, the Hilton brand was, we used it to kind of launch
and get into the market.
To get into the market. It's been 10 years. And so we're already known in the marketplace.
That's
so,
great.
The opportunity came, and so now we are Resorts World.
This is amazing. It's a fabulous place. I've been here before, and to come back and see the place still being kept in such a good condition, you're doing something right. What does it take? Tell me about it.
It takes commitment. It takes persistence. It takes passion. And all those things, long hours for the most part. Everybody can enjoy a holiday. The holidays is where we stay the longest. So as you talk about what is to come, so we'll be doing a lot more. I'm certain when you come back here, Clint, you will see new furniture in the lobby.
Wow.
As we sit, the hotel's being painted. So it's a lot more improvement that is coming down the pipeline for the hotel. And certainly it's so much more for our guests and yourselves to enjoy.
I was about to say, because a lot of locals, residences, when residents come to Bimini and they stay here, they're blown away. They don't know this is on Bimini. This is a popular spot for domestic tourism.
Absolutely. What is unique too about what it is that we offer here? And I will say this, we have had the opportunity to host the Adrian Fox Birthday Bash.
Yes.
From 2024, 2025. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Mr. Fox is hearing me. And he's going to come back here in 2026. And that he has been such a kind and gracious host. When he comes down, I mean, he just transformed this whole hotel with the kind of organically grown talent that he brings with him.
Correct.
And it really put us out there, the kind of exposure. So I really want to thank him from the depths of my heart for giving us that opportunity to host such a special occasion for him at this property.
We got a few seconds left. I want to get it in. What do you want people to know about this special property?
What I want them to know is you can come and experience everything you want to experience. If you want a vacation, you just want to lay low in Bimini, this is the place you can do it. You want to do something with a spa kind of a situation, you can do it. You can come in by boat, enjoy the marina. You can go there, lay on the beach. We have, at our beach club, you go to the pool. There's a whole lot that you can do here. Like I said earlier, we're small but big enough to do everything. So we have a lot here to enjoy. And one of the things that happens when you come down to a family island property is, oftentimes people think about a boutique resort.
Right.
So they don't think about this.
Yes,
so
this is a large property.
And when they come there, I didn't know all of this was here.
Yes.
So it's hard to tell, but it's great to see. So we want to invite those persons to come down, see it, experience it, touch it, and feel the hospitality.
But I'm sure they're going to be coming down after seeing the Northern Service here all week. They're going to be coming down here.
Let them all come down.
And I must say thank you for hosting our team and being such a gracious host.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Listen, that does it for the rundown from Bimini, Resorts World in Bimini. I can't believe it's over and I'm leaving in the morning. But listen, you got to come down here and experience this for yourself. There's no way I can describe it. You just got to come and do it for yourself. Stay tuned to the Bahamas tonight. 11 with Royce and Jones is the last newscast of the day. Only newscast live in the country with all the latest news and information. For all of us here at ZNS Network News and the Northern Service, I'm Clint Watson. Thanks so much for watching us. Have a great night, everyone.
Is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited.